sell their chips, and then the minute they can't sell the chips in China, they just turn around and sell them to somebody else that they can sell them to, because there's such high demand, and demand is not going away. And so, you could say, if you want to be conservative, demand's going to continue for until at least, there's a change in the administration. But I don't even think that it stops there, because we've got to win this battle, and you've got to win it on all the layers of AI, not just in the chip sector, but it's the chips, it's the database, the data centers, it's the software, and NVIDIA is a major player in all that, and they have such a market share. Their platform is everywhere. So like, what are you going to do? You're just going to go start using other chips? I mean, I think like AMD is a really interesting play too, because they've really got high compute chips, and they're fulfilling demand in other places, and where NVIDIA just doesn't have the capacity to fill supply. But like, that's another great company. Like, that's another place where the industry's moving, and they're making a dent, and they have a lot of market share that they can incrementally win over time, which is going to be good for growth for them. So like, I'm still not off of where the money's going. And so if the money is going there, I want to be there.
Yeah, and you hit on a couple other things, like cybersecurity. I think is a really interesting one too, because there was a headline just the other day that Anthropic's offering it for free, and I see this comment in the chat like there's been free kind of alternatives to Microsoft Office for decades, and I actually agree with this take from Jarrett here, because people are still using Microsoft Office. It's still one of the best in an enterprise level, one of the best things out there, and yeah, maybe you can use some AI to do some cybersecurity stuff, but we saw how important cybersecurity is when it comes to, like, I mean, you mentioned that when it wasn't all the airlines, but half the airlines on the globe got shut down for half a day when CrowdStrike had that thing happen about 18 months ago or so. It just seems like I just don't see like cybersecurity going anywhere. Every website I log into, I see there's cybersecurity there, and I see like Cloudflare, I see that pop up, TiggerNet, I see that verify who you are and all this stuff. I mean, and you guys, I know you guys have a basket over it. I'm just curious, that news that came out from Anthropic of, this Anthropic's able to do some, cybersecurity vulnerability stuff. AI, is it a threat to cybersecurity? I guess I'm curious where you fall there, because it seems like, CrowdStrike, some of these big names that are just integral parts aren't going anywhere. Maybe some AI can help some smaller businesses. I'm just curious where you're at on that.
If you're like sitting in your garage and you're a mom and pop shop somewhere and you need some cyber and you can get it for free, that's great. Think about like GDocs, right? And what Google tried to do to Microsoft, right? And they built out that whole suite and they gave it away for free, and everybody started dabbling with it, and they did it mostly personally, for various different things, and things were going back and forth. And then what did Google do? It wasn't free anymore. All of a sudden they're like, oh, you're out of memory. You can't even see your doc anymore unless you like pay us all this money. And people are like, what? And then try to integrate that into your business when you work for a larger firm or a more integrated business. You can't. And when you think about compliance and all of this other stuff, right? So my point is, they can take a dent away from it, but some of this stuff is so deeply ingrained. Like, what are you going to be, JP Morgan, and you're going to go, let's go to the free Anthropic cybersecurity? I mean, that's never going to happen. Like, like all of a sudden the big banks are going to be like, we could get this for free from Anthropic. Oh yeah, let's do it. Fidelity, like, think of all these institutions that rely on all of these like major they're never just going to go get free stuff. They can't afford to do that. The information that they protect is too important. So again, I do think like for mom and pop shops, small businesses, if you're doing something personally, like all that stuff is great. But, eventually you get to a level where you need serious, you need a serious operation. And I don't think that they're going to be able to do that for free. And again, let me tell you something. The day that they got mass adoption, they won't be able to do it for free. And why would they?
You beat me to it. I was trying to get unmuted.
I'm at like a friend's house, right, over the weekend, and I'm watching Tulsa King on Paramount Plus. Now at home, I have the Paramount Plus where it's like, no commercials. He doesn't have the one with the commercials. So there's like 52 commercials. Like I'm like, do you pay for this? He's like, yeah, but I don't pay for the. But I'm like, you pay for this and you're still getting commercials? Like, dude, either don't like. Why would you pay
It makes
for
no
it?
sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's annoying. So my point is like eventually, you got to get to a place where you're either going to go with the big boys or you're not. And you're not going to get the same level that you want unless you pay for it, right? So, and Tulsa King is much better without commercial. If you haven't watched Tulsa King, I just started watching it last week. It's unreal. It's unreal. Sly
Is it good? I've seen people talking about it. I haven't checked it out yet.
Sly
I've never
is
watched it.
back, and he is like every once in a while he starts talking, and I can hear Rocky in him. I'm like, this is great.
That's funny stuff.
No,
Did we talk about
like, all these things are bouncing back, and I think like for my and then if you look at crypto, right? Like everybody's trying to predict the cycle, everybody's trying to predict the bottom. Very, very hard to do. Had a lot of discussions about crypto, a lot of discussions about where the bottom is. Thinking about the 4-year cycle. Oh, it can't be. Everybody always says it's different, but it's not different. But then if you looked at the RSIs on crypto, they got to such a level that it looked like they were trading during COVID. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me because, again, Joe Kernan, I got to give traditional media props here. Joe Kernan said it better than anybody I could see last week when it was at trading at 60,000. He said, it's just really funny. All these, gold bugs and silver bugs, and I believe there's a place for both. They're declaring victory over Bitcoin. He said, but a few years ago, they were both trading. Bitcoin and gold was trading at 1,800. At its peak, gold went to 5,500. At its peak, Bitcoin went to 126,000. Now, when Bitcoin crashed to 60 and gold crashed to 4,700, again, the gold bugs claimed victory. He's like, how is that possible? Like, how is that possible? And I agree with him. Like, you would, if you put, let's just say you were speculative and you put $10,000 into gold and $10,000 into Bitcoin at 1,800. You're still doing a lot better with Bitcoin at 60,000, even though it got demolished and even though it's volatile. You can't claim victory on that. You could say there's a place for both of them in your portfolio, but you can't claim victory. And so I also listened to the entire MicroStrategy call. Super impressive. And I don't think people understand the operating model. And I don't think people understand how they're using Bitcoin to back their credit. And I was amazed at how solvent they could be for a long period of time and how diligently they're working on this stuff. And the interesting thing to me is, when you look at the various different instruments they have, if you look at a MicroStrategy, it's starting to lead Bitcoin again. That's something for traders and investors to look at. It's starting to lead crypto. Even on a day like today where crypto isn't like crazy, it's been hovering around the 70,000, 69,000, 71,000 mark. I think MicroStrategy's up again after having a big move up on Friday. And, I think it'll lead. And the reason why I think it'll lead is this. It led on the way down. It was coming down well before Bitcoin really made its serious move down. You had that mass liquidation, but MicroStrategy had been coming down a lot before that. But then when Bitcoin bounced back, MicroStrategy never really bounced. It continued to lead down, and that's because people were using it as a hedge, right? So if the move in Bitcoin is going to go up, I think people will jump into something like MicroStrategy to use it as leverage up, and Bitcoin will follow. And that's a different kind of idea, but that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'm sort of seeing how that plays out. And we'll, whether I'm right or wrong, we'll it's yet to be determined. but you're starting to see a move in MicroStrategy off very, very low lows. And I don't think there's anything structurally wrong with it. I think the way that they've structured the business today, they can withstand a downturn for a long period of time, much lower than where Bitcoin is now, because of the reserve that they built and because they have the ability to pay out. So, like, again, I think, get through the noise, find the opportunities, and I think they're out there in a serious way now.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the earnings call at all, but I'm curious. What did you see in that earnings call that gets you feeling a little more bullish?
Structure. He broke down the credit structure. He broke down how solvent they are. He informed everybody about the risks and how they're looking at them, and he also, put it to the fact that it was a long presentation, and he put it to the fact that, he cannot predict with certainty where the price of Bitcoin is going to go on a short-term basis, but he has his beliefs on where it's going to go long-term. If you believe in where it's going to go long-term, and I happen to be a believer in it, in that it's up, you don't have to worry about the downside. Now, if Bitcoin goes to zero, yeah, they have no business. And if you believe Bitcoin's going to go to zero, you shouldn't touch the thing. But I don't think Bitcoin is zero.
Do you think there's a or go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Bitcoin is so oversold right now. It broke down out of a consolidation. It got down to like the next level, the one I was looking for. I traded it upside from at 60K back to 70K. And I'm just letting it consolidate here a little bit. But crypto, it feels like it's due for a bounce. You got software, maybe some risk assets, do a lot of things, kind of just de-risking across the board. But it seems a little bit overdone. Again, similar to software, it just seems a little bit overdone.
Yeah, and if you look at the move down and you like literally retrace like the moves prior in the cycles, it's just been an accelerated move. Like look where it bounced here, look where it consolidated here, right? That took a little bit of a longer period of time. We did all that in a very quick period of time, and we know that the quicker the down move, usually the more reflexive the rebound. Right? If it takes a long time to come down, then it's normally like takes a long time to come back up. But the move, you could almost take the move of prior like cycles and like transpose it over the other ones.
Right.
You can see we did that relatively quickly. So I don't know, like, again, for me, I don't know how to time Bitcoin. I just know how to dollar cost average into it. I think like, I'm not really scared that it's going to zero. I think it's here to stay. I think there's too many institutions that are backing it. I think governments are interested in it. I also listened to Peter Schiff this week on Tucker Carlson. He's just kind of, I like the guy. I think he's smart in so many ways. So I don't want to like put him down or beat him up. He's a smart guy, but he's so biased to gold. He started talking about gold's industrial use. I was like, there's no industrial use nobody uses gold for conductivity, like in electricity or anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you, when copper's way cheaper and when like no one's going to use it for an industrial use. So, and it's not portable, and it's not like everybody says gold is money. No, it's a store of value, but it's not money. Like until it gets tokenized, you cannot use gold for money. Like the tiniest amount of gold, who's gonna cash that out for me at like, if I go buy an iced tea at the coffee shop, like what am I gonna do with gold? I can't do anything with it. And again, like I said, the minute I pull out my gold, I'm in New York City right now. The minute I pull out my gold, I'm gonna get jacked up. I'm gonna get robbed.
Just walk around with your gold bar.
Yeah.
What is your take on gold and silver right now? I know a lot of people obviously have been seeing the craziness and, obviously way overdone. We talked about it a little bit on the way up, and then that crazy, sell-off consolidation. Gold had a similar thing kind of happen back here, where it was September, where gold kind of took off, came back in, and just consolidated for quite a while. But it took, almost 2-3 months of consolidation to get back out of that little spot down there. Let me delete this off, make it a little bit easier to see.
I think like everybody's touting that we got to 50,000 on the Dow. We know why we got to 50,000 on the Dow. We got to 50,000 on the Dow because there is the thought that we're going to continue to print money. We're going to, like whenever there's inflation, I don't care if it's 2%, 3%, 9%, whatever it is, like that, we flood the system, money goes into the markets, and I don't think that that's going to stop. And so if all of that's going to happen, I think the long-term prospect for gold is at worst stable. You might see some consolidation. You might see it come down a little bit. It always does. But it's stable to up because we're going to devalue our currency. This administration wants growth at all costs, which means that you have to have some kind of inflation. You got to devalue the currency. They're going to try as hard as they can. And all that said, I think the housing sector, I don't think Trump gets what he wants out of the housing sector because I've talked about this in other places. I don't think he understands how mortgage rates come down. Maybe he does, but he's not articulating it well. But mortgage rates don't come down because Warsh lowers the interest rates, which he's okay with lowering interest rates. That's how money gets moved between institutions and things like that and opens up liquidity for them. But it doesn't make interest rates come down. The way that interest rates come down is massive expansion of the balance sheet and buying bonds. When the government, when the Fed buys bonds and backs that system, they come down. And Kevin Warsh's history is not one of expanding the balance sheet. It's shrinking the balance sheet and, in fact, staying away from the balance sheet. It's not making purchases on the open market. And so, I could see a scenario where, like, there's a lot of liquidity in the system in one side and mortgage rates stay high. And, the issue with housing doesn't get settled that way. So I think, when you look at that, what would be a better place to park assets? It's not in real estate, in my opinion, unless you've already been in and you've already got rent rolls and all of that stuff, and you're earning income off of it. Like, those people will always be fine. They just won't be able to pull any equity out the way that they have for years and years and years. But, like, for me, a better place to keep a stable value would be in, something like a gold or something like a Bitcoin, whose actual assets will appreciate over time, versus something like real estate, which, if we don't expand the balance sheet or continue to expand the balance sheet aggressively, I don't see rates coming down. I don't see, again, just my opinion. I'm not saying that I've gotten it right. All I'm saying is it's not as liquid as of a market. And unless interest rates come way, 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 way down, mortgage rates I'm talking about,
right?
People are not going to go out in the market and bid up homes. They're too expensive, even if interest rates come down.
Yeah, you need the 10-year and the 30-year to come down because that's what those mortgage rates are based off of. And the point there is a lot of people were able to take a lot of equity out of their homes. They got a lot of extra equity through the COVID times and interest rates being sub 3 on a 30-year mortgage. And then even for like your secondary, your second mortgages or your home equity lines of credit and stuff like that, a lot of people were able to get really, really good rates. And now those rates are much higher. So even like I know a lot of builders that they're only building like custom homes right now because they can't really make any money off the spec homes because they're paying 8-9% for a commercial loan or a construction loan to build a house, and because it's not primary residence, obviously. But they're getting 8-9%. They don't have the same margins there, so they're saying, well, we'll go build custom homes instead of just your cookie cutter neighborhood homes right now. So yeah, I mean the real estate market I think is really interesting, and just gluing your point together there. I like the idea, and I think that's part of the reason why we've seen some people go into gold and silver as well, which has some other factors to it. But with gold and people saying, okay, either we're going to keep printing money until something's different, I'm going to stay over here. And right now, the liquidity around gold is definitely there compared to like real estate, where it's just not moving a whole lot right now. So I agree with you.
Supply demand, and they're like, oh, if we just had more builders, if the builders just built more, that's a false premise too, because the builders are the worst when it comes to affordability because they are capitalized. So they come out and they build, and they just hold. They hold at whatever price they want to sell it, and the way that they increase their margins is by poor construction and by poor materials. And so I hear stories in New York City and all these places where, the weather got bad on new construction and pipes are bursting. And it's like, why is that happening on a new construction home? It's because they're not using the same quality materials that they should be using, because they got to create margins because commodities have gone up. And so when they're building, it costs them more. So now they're using worse quality, but they're saying it's luxury. And then, you buy this thing and it's not what it was intended to be at a high price. So people are starting to get educated on that. They're starting to get smart on that. And I think, it takes a long time to change the sentiment around real estate and home buying and things like that. The way that the market gets more capacity, in my opinion, is not just building more. It is when people are willing to sell their homes because they believe that they can then relocate at a better value. And we are so far from that. So far from that.
I want to go one little step further here. Obviously, a lot of traders in our chat and a lot of people wanting to trade the gold and silver trade right now. Miners is a big subject over here. And I know you guys have a silver miners ETF. I pulled up the gold miners as well, EUMI. What are your thoughts on the miners and how much research have you done around there? Because I know a lot of people are looking at the miners. They're a lot higher beta, but from everything that I'm hearing from people much smarter than me or much more research than me in the field are saying these miners are priced in way lower, from the spot price, and the profitability levels should really be there, and that it could really be a good trade.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in how they execute and what the earnings are, but it looks like they're, firing on all cylinders. So we really like the miners. And you could see that is holding its own in an environment where, gold has had some volatility, right? And so we like the miners a lot. We like the silver miners. We like copper miners. Like I talked about copper a lot. Copper's really doing well this year. It is a place where, there's definite industrial use. Again, go back to the biggest player in the space, NVIDIA. They've been talking about copper, all the copper components that are going into their new racks for the hyperscale data centers. Like I really like copper here. I like, the gold miners. They are set to profit at much, much lower. I think for gold, their operating costs are somewhere between like $1,300 and $1,800. I mean, look where gold's trading. Same thing for silver. They're operating at a cost way above where they want to, where they're operationally efficient. And so I think, all of these are in a really good place. And then when it comes to copper, demand is going to be up. And so I really like copper here. And you can see it's been less volatile for sure. And in a really nice, what I would consider a really nice, better chart than the others because it never went parabolic. So I really like those places. We're talking about miners right now. I've talked on lots of different places about humanoid robotics and how you could get a tech investment stream that is totally different than the AI movement because of where all the expertise in robotics is. Look at that year-to-date return. I hope people listen to me a little bit because, again, even if you scroll down that page and you look at where the sectors are, and it's organic, it's based on the criteria of the index. But if you go to like where the holdings are, you're going to see a lot of names in South Korea. Go to the country breakdown. All right. If you go to the country breakdown, like 31% is in South Korea. Like you're getting exposure to China. You're getting exposure to the US, but it's like spread.
That's crazy. Wow.
And, you don't have the same type of factors when you're looking for a return stream as you do when you're looking at the ups and downs of the U.S. So I really like humanoid robotics right now because of where the work is being done, and because look, we are moving towards humanoid robotics. That's it. Like it's early stages of that build out, and I think it's relatively sort of ignored.
I was chatting. Go ahead and answer that one first. Is Tesla in there?
Tesla is not in this portfolio. I don't think. If you go to all the holdings, I can go to all the holdings, but there's a spreadsheet of all the holdings. I'll take a look while we're doing this, but I don't know if it was in here. And it just may be because it doesn't fit the criteria. But hold on, let me.
Yeah,
I do see. I see it. It's way. I think I see it down here.
What's the weight on it?
The holdings.
You see it?
I'd be shocked if it wasn't, but
I see it like second to the bottom of the sheet here.
I'll find it for you in 1 second.
Weightings 3.67.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing here.
And I think probably a reason for that is because while they have Optimus, it's not all about robotics. It's there's various different layers to what they're doing at Tesla, which gives it a lower weighting. But again, that's why the criteria is so important. I think people who are interested in anything should really go to the documents page here and check out the index methodology summary. And I think that will help them make a decision about whether this is a separate return stream.
Yeah, this one's really interesting. The robotics, I'm super bullish robotics, period. This is BOTT for anybody that's wanting to look at this. You can go to themes ETFs to look at this one, or if you're on leverage shares, click the themes. It's at the top there. The one thing that I was noticing when I was looking into this one the other day was all of the, like you mentioned, South Korea. South Korea is vastly outperforming almost the entire world right now. When you look at a lot of the emerging markets, ex-US, a lot of these other countries and indices are doing very well, and Korea is like one of the top of the ones that I looked at. And then this morning I was just in here with chat. We were talking about some of the robotics and stuff. I think maybe somebody mentioned Ridgetech Robotics, because that's the one a lot of people know here in the US. And I was saying, I keep hearing about some of these Korean companies and Taiwanese and even some names over in Hong Kong that are doing fantastic, and the charts look really good and everything. I'm just curious, do you have any favorite names maybe that's in this portfolio that you're really outside of, obviously BOT's kind of a, all-encompassing thing for a lot of the robotics theme. You were showing us that on the sector breakdown, and the country breakdown. But I'm just curious, are there any names in here that really stick out to you? Whether they're US.
That I'm a huge fan of NVIDIA, and I see NVIDIA's in the top holding. So obviously I'd be lying if I didn't say that I was,
of course,
very interested in NVIDIA. And as a whole, I don't really generally, I'm not specific to any one specific company inside of our BOT holdings. The whole design of a thematic ETF is to get exposure to the sector.
Right.
So that's the reason why, like I said, it's a passive portfolio. We really worked hard on redesigning the index. Prior to last year, this was what we called a robotics portfolio, and it wasn't humanoid. We've changed that over to humanoid. And again, because it's passive, we tend to work off of the criteria versus, pinpointing individual names.
Yeah, I was just curious if you had a favorite one over there, where there's so many good companies, and the point you just made there, I think, is the important thing to drill home is, hey, this is to get exposure to the entire theme. That's why they're called, theme ETFs, right? Thematic ETFs, because it's not just, hey, these 4 companies make robotics. It's, hey, they got to use NVIDIA for the AI side of getting the robotics, the robots to actually work. There's little pieces of, how do they make the robots here? Who what materials need to go into here? The energy pieces, the battery pieces, all those things, as well as all the companies developing the actual technology. So it's the entire basket that you're looking at. So I think that was a really good point to kind of reiterate.
Yep.
Just some quick stats too. I mean, that ticker bought up over 110% in the past 2 years, just 31.94% in the past month or last month. That was the gains.
Dude, look at this.
Why it's
Absolute killer.
outperforming. And, you know, it's interesting. Like, there are the reason why I think thematics work is because they give you that separate return stream from robotics. You know, people think about robotics and they think about Tesla, and I don't think that they shouldn't think about Tesla like right away because of, you know, the autonomous driving and all those various different things and so on and so forth. But there's a lot more work that's being done. So I'm not saying get out of your Tesla, because, you know, Tesla's a beast and they're doing so many other things. But when you're trying to pinpoint exposure, what you need is a basket of companies that are like specific to that theme or to that sector. And that's why we think, you know, a concentrated portfolio, high conviction portfolio in that particular theme or sector works.
Guys, if you're just joining in the stream here, hanging out with Paul, talking about all kinds of great stuff in the market. It's always a pleasure to have Paul on here sharing his thoughts, you know, for especially most of you guys I know are traders. A lot of you guys are investors as well. You should be. If you're trading the markets, you should be investing in the markets as well. We really appreciate Paul and all his thoughts here. Been going for 45 minutes of just great content. Paul, I always love having you come on here with us. I see some nice comments in the chat here as well. I agree with. I was looking at this one though, like a couple names. Maybe we'll kind of close up shop on the conversation with these. Oracle. Any thoughts on Oracle and the data center thing? They came off just from a technical perspective. This is the 200-week moving average right here that it finally got to, and I can delete some stuff just to make this a little bit easier to see here, but there's a 200-week moving average that we're bouncing off of, just absolutely punished from the top with some, you know, questions about, you know, the debt and the spend maybe and stuff like that. Any takes around Oracle? Is Oracle, you know, ready for a bounce? I mean, it's super oversold. Surely it's ready for just technically a bounce off that 200-week moving average. But do you like Oracle?
Yeah, I would put it in the same area as like a ServiceNow. Like if you held it for all that time, well then, you know, like shame on you. You should have had some kind of you know, trigger that was going to get you out of it as it was crashing down. But again, like to me, Oracle is an incredible business, and I think it's the baby getting thrown out with the bathwater here, and it's starting to get to some really oversold levels. You pointed out before with some of the bounces and other things. Like look at that line that it hit. It's always bounced off that line. So again, if you were buying it up at the pinnacle of that parabolic move, which again, I always say, like, look at that parabolic move. Did you not think you were going to go parabolic and not get a correction? So if you liked it there and you were not, like, you got to love it here because it is way, way, way oversold. And I think this thought that, you know, software is now obsolete is way overdone. So yeah, I mean, I think this is an interesting place to start a position in Oracle, even if you're just a trader. You know, this looks like a good risk reward place for me. And if you're an investor longer term, you know, I think this is a good entry point for sure.
And the other one that was mentioned here, and I love the thoughts on Oracle there. The other one that is PLTR, and I know you guys have, you know, PLTG on this one.
Yep.
But PLTR, here's your weekly chart. Another thing that, you know, went parabolic, you know, and if you loved it, you just kind of mentioned it. If you loved it higher, or you liked it higher, you should love it down here. If nothing fundamental about the company has changed, which I really don't think anything fundamental has changed. They're just kind of overdone. And like, you know, I personally don't like buying things that have, you know, gone 20x in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
But once they come back down and kind of get a reasonable, you know, start to get reasonable again, then I'm getting a little bit more interested. And you know, I see Palantir, and Palantir seems to be kind of a one of one type of company. Curious your take on Palantir.
You just said it. So it's a one of one type of company. They are trusted around the world globally with every single government, and then they're taking that over the enterprise side. I've always referred to Palantir as like a Tesla, because when you look at the valuations, I think that's what spooks people. It's the valuation and how far out ahead of itself the price has gotten versus, the actual fundamentals. But you're going to have to make that decision. Is it like a Tesla that has historically always traded, well beyond what people would consider a reasonable valuation? And, so like Chanos was to Tesla what Michael Burry is to Palantir, right? And you're going to have to make a decision because Michael Burry got a really massive call that enriched him greatly in 2008, right? Are you going to believe everything he says? Or do you believe that Palantir can grow into its valuation and beyond? I've been a big Palantir fan for a long time. I owned it at a much lower price personally. I actually did get out of it in the 170s, high 170s, right? And I rotated into something else because it did have a parabolic move. And, whenever I see something like that, to me, it's like, okay, have I earned enough on it? Yeah. Do I want to maybe go into something else? Yeah. And am I willing to take that stance? But I've been watching it as it comes down and it gets more and more interesting to me. I think it's also caught up in both the AI skepticism and the software skepticism. But if you've been waiting for an opportunity to get into Palantir, this might be a good place to inch in. And we're just going to have to see how that plays out. We're getting a little bit of a reflexive rebound right now. See how it shakes out. See how the noise shakes out. But it's an unbelievable company that is performing at a high level. You can't really find anything wrong with its revenue, its earnings, or its guidance growth. So I think this is one of those rare companies that is just really, really positioned well. And as long as they continue to gain customers and gain revenue and increase their earnings, I think it's one of those things that sometimes you just have to grit your teeth and bear it and embrace the volatility and pick and choose your spots. Again, if you didn't get out of it at 170, 180, 190, you should be looking to potentially either hold on or maybe dollar cost average in here.
Yeah, and if you're trading it, I mean, like you said, a reflexive move, a super popular company, a one-of-one company that's been selling off, you're going to get nice bounces for the traders as well. And if you're worried about the options, check out PLTG, of course.
And you got to love these founder-led companies. I mean,
yes, founder-led.
He is very passionate about the business. He's energetic. He works tirelessly. He works incredibly hard. And, I wouldn't bet against him. I wouldn't bet against Karp. And a lot of people have, and it hasn't worked out for him.
Yeah, a lot of people bet against Elon. That didn't work out very well for them. Karp seems to be similar.
He's got a niche business in a big space. And what I mean by that is like nobody else does exactly what they do. And
defense right now. Defense just seems like defense. I mean, we've talked about this in the other spaces. I know you guys have even, you got NATO going on over there because of how much we think defense spending is going to look like as it moves from like what we saw, I guess, military look like 10, 15 years ago and beyond to what it is today going forward. It looks like a complete overhaul. And even more spending.
He's very unique in data. He's very unique in defense. He's very unique in AI. He's very unique in software. And it's formed this sort of moat around what Palantir does that when they go out to either enterprise companies or in the public sector, nobody believes that anybody could do quite what they do. And when you look at, again, what the United States does militarily, a lot of that has to do with Palantir.
Yep, super interesting, Paul. Appreciate you as always. Anything that we haven't maybe touched on that you wanted to mention today, or any updates from leverage shares, from themes, anything going on?
Just got a lot in the hopper. We got some more funds coming out next week on the leverage side. And what I would say is, don't sleep on financials. just don't sleep on financials. Our GSIB portfolio of the largest systemically important banks, I still think they're positioned really well for any environment. And I think they do too. So aerospace and defense, NATO, you mentioned, and GSIB. The thing that I like about both of those is they do really great in high performing markets, but they're also defensive plays if you're a skeptic. So, I think we covered a lot. Oh, and the other thing that I would say is, you mentioned you're showing the screen right now. So like Dragon, Chinese generative artificial intelligence. There was an interview with Jensen Huang over the weekend around the Super Bowl. And, he's talking about how far advanced they are. And, this also took a little bit of a hit with everything that was going on in the U.S., but it didn't get crushed. If you look, the performance is still positive, right? So if you're, thinking about, the AI movement, China is a huge part of it. And I don't think it can be ignored. And they are isolated, so they have to do it on their own. So, don't sleep on Chinese AI. Don't sleep on the large financials. I think, they're positioned very well for any kind of market environment.
Absolutely. A couple great things to keep on the radar there. Hope you guys were taking notes. Make sure you can go to themesetfs.com and see the different ones here. One of the things that I personally like is the fact that you can kind of get access to investing in, these companies that are in Hong Kong, that are in Korea and other places, just kind of directly through
That's
an
huge
ETF.
to me.
To me, that's one of the most attractive things there. And then obviously you have a team of professionals, Paul and his team over there, putting together these baskets and managing them for you for the investment side of things. And then, of course, the leverage shares. Go to leverage shares ETF or leverageshares.com to check out all the different ETFs, all these daily leverage ones. PLTG doing great today. The Palantir 2X leverage one, a couple of the other ones. Hood I saw was up really big today as well. HOOG. All of those. Paul, we appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, spend some time with us and educating our audience a little bit, sharing your thoughts.
Anytime. My pleasure, guys. Look forward. I think I'm on with Wolf later today too, talking all things crypto. So that'll be fun.
Ooh, beautiful. All right. Well, take a look for that one. And if you miss it live, obviously all those spaces are recorded as well. So Paul, I'll try to catch it live. If I can't, I'll definitely be looking to listen back to your thoughts deeper there. I'm glad I kind of got the first dose here because we're better than the rest of the Wolf crew. You can tell them that I said that. No, I love that.
All right, man.
Take care, Paul.
Bye.
Have a great one, Paul. Big shout out, Leverage Shares.
Yeah,
Let's
shout out
go,
leverage
baby.
shares. Let's get back. Take a look at the
doing
markets.
good.
We haven't done a whole lot. Got a few red candles in a row, kind of topped out there around where we thought we might. We're sitting on the 21 EMA on the 5-minute chart here. So typically first touch of the 21, I'm kind of looking to buy. I know KC may be thinking the same thing, but I think it's tough when you're up this much on the second day in a row in a kind of a slow grindy market here. So we'll see kind of see what happens. I do have to jump here in a couple minutes. Jordan, KC, Frank will be hanging out here with you. I don't know if Frank's still here or not. I heard some background noise earlier. But KC should be back on here. Jordan's hanging out with you guys. I'm going to host small caps for about an hour, a little bit more. And then I'll be back for the afternoon. Honestly, not looking to do a whole lot.
I'm not looking to do anything, but
I did re-short on Vest a little bit during that conversation and covered it back. I probably could have held it a little bit more, but I was down like $60. So I wanted to make some of it back. So now I'm just down $15 on that. I took a trade over there just to try to help like Maria and look through it with everyone just live, and wasn't a trade that I really wanted to be in, and I just kept adding to it to try to weasel my way out of it. So got back up 15. That's down $15. We're gonna leave that one alone for a little bit. I just don't see a whole lot of trades I like. I did sell some call spreads a little bit ago. I sold the 69.90s. Got a $1.70 credit. Those are up about just over 50-60%, so I'll probably be closing those out here pretty soon. just to make sure we lock in profit in case something happens here. But yeah,
Nate?
that's my thoughts right now. And I tell you what, let's go, Nate. Boy, look at this paper
$1
hand,
super
Jordan.
chat, baby. I know. Look at that,
Nate.
dude.
Actually,
I
Nate, you look at
paper-handed
this.
too, but
Nate was here. Look at this paper hand. Hey, this was a good trade. This was $2,500. I bought 5 and 5, so I was in 10 M and Qs. 977 averages right here, and took 100 points, and then I took a gap fill, basically 160 points, and then we got out, and now we're just chilling.
great trade, baby.
We're chilling.
Yeah, I did something similar.
Can't be upset about that. And obviously, I had two trades last night on the short side. So I don't know. I want to short this back down, but it just seems a little what's the term I'm looking for? Seems a little too frothy. All right, I got to jump. Shout out Nate, super chat. Chat's been active. I know a lot of you guys probably went to lunch. Hope you guys enjoyed Paul's thoughts there. We really appreciate him coming on and sharing market thoughts. I get smarter every time I listen to him.
Oh yeah, he's always got some great thoughts. I mean, just we always talk about topics that and news and stuff that I'm usually like not hitting throughout the day. So it's nice to get familiar with some of the things that are going on. Yeah. This is the play I took this morning, if anybody was wondering. Pretty simple. I was actually wanting to see if we could move a little bit lower before we actually got this. I was looking to trade out of this 15-minute gap that we had here, but we never had to test it. But this morning, took out that London low, got a nice reaction from that instantly. I didn't really have any entry criteria down here, though, which is why I didn't get any trades here. But as soon as we were starting to chug towards this London high, I was like, okay, it looks pretty high probable that we're going to go take out these London highs and then potentially that Asia, which is always, my target. That's always what I'm looking for the most part. So with that thought process, we had this 5-minute gap that opened up, which I don't have drawn at the moment, but I'll draw it again right here. We had this 5-minute gap opened up. So my thesis was, hey, if we're going to continue into these highs, we will respect this. It's as simple as that. If we are going to go to these highs, we are going to respect this gap. We should not run through it, right? And if we run through it, I know I can probably expect these lows to come back into play. And so that was my line in the sand, that 5-minute fair value. And if you drop down to a 2-minute, I was looking for a smaller time frame entry actually down here, but I never got it. So we had this 2-minute bearish gap, got closed above, turns into inverse. I took entry here on that, was that 180, 150. My risk was to the bottom of this down close candle. And yeah, target was, I could have targeted that Asia high, but to be honest, if I targeted that Asia high and went break even at London high, I would have gotten stopped at break even and made no money today. Instead, I just took it as a 1-to-1, was able to secure that profit right at the top here, literally sold the top of that that candle pretty much, and then took that dip back down to break even. So great trade. I'm happy with it this morning. That's all I'm doing for the day. I got nothing else I'm doing except for just chilling with you guys and watching the charts. So pretty simple morning. It was a little hairy when it came to bias this morning. I was kind of initially looking for a move lower, but it was really whatever the market wanted to do. We had bigger time frame PDRAs on both sides of us. It was a matter of just what the market wanted to decide and basically take the opposite. I'm just playing with Vest. That's all I'm doing the rest of the day. Try and pass that jewel. Let's go. Yeah, have some fun on Vest. I think those accounts are still 50% off, so shout out Code Wolf. Maybe take a combine off automation and try and pass it. There we go. Silver still up. And Corby getting that continuation today. Just doing good. Netflix hit that gap fill. Sold off this morning. But right into what? Right into the close of that February 4th candle. We had not filled that gap yet. Now that is filled. You're seeing some gap fill buyers step in off that. So I don't hate it. But I also like to see us really run through this order flow here to get any upside. There's another one I was looking at that was down good. I forget. I forget what I was looking at. Which fair value gap is yesterday's close and today's open? It's not a fair value gap. It's just a normal gap. But yes, Roy. Well, it wasn't yesterday's close and today's open on Netflix, but it was Wednesday's close from last week. And then today's open. So we just had this gap from Wednesday last week to Thursday that never had previously filled. So we just dropped down and filled that this morning. We did have a new day opening gap on NQ today, which I was hoping, I saw it last night, and I was hoping it would hold up until the morning so we could play it. But clearly, overnight, they shorted and filled that gap here. But those new week opening gaps are always amazing to play. That's always going to be the highest probability draw on liquidity for the day, if it's there. If there is a new week opening gap, new day opening gap, that is always strongest draw on liquidity for me, majority of the time. I was crying in my beer last week, blew my XFAs, got patient, inspired by Jordy's missed trade last week, and watched him sit on his hands even though he whined a bit. Yes, I did. I was pissed off. Back to 5 XFAs today. Let's go, bro. See, I mean, it's so hard to do sometimes, and it's so hard to get yourself in that mode of accepting a loss. But it really just comes down to not letting those bad days get bad, man. I mean, we can have red trades. You guys see me. I took that lot, or what? I don't even remember what it was that day. It was either I missed the trade. I think I missed the trade and I didn't end up taking anything. You got to be okay with that happening. It's as simple as that. You have to be okay with that happening. You have to be okay with you getting stopped out on a position, maybe hitting break even on a position, and then you have to get back in on a re-entry, right? It's part of trading. And it sucks, but as long as you can keep yourself from blowing all your accounts and having those really nasty drawdown days, you're going to survive. There's another day, right? You missed a good one. Yeah, that was when I missed that that short, I believe. I believe it was a short. It was. I remember now. Phenomenal play. That was a great play. But we missed it. We moved on. Right? We accepted the fact that we missed it, and I didn't go back and try and revenge trade or overtrade or any of that. I said, you know what? That was my opportunity for the day, and I didn't get it. Sucks to be me today. Wrap it up, come back the next day, and that day is completely forgotten from my mind now, really, right? Because all the amazing days we've had since then, it's just erased, right? You don't care about it anymore. The hardest part is just sitting through that day, right? Especially early in the morning, you take a loss, you have the whole rest of the day, right? It's like, I got to get off the charts. That's what the best thing you can do is get off the charts, honestly, when that happens. I know that can be difficult for some people as well, but that'll save you some money. The I want to be right mentality was a hard one to come over, but trading becomes so much more consistent when you do. 100%. I don't need to be right. I don't give a shit about being right. I just care about making money, right? And playing my plan correctly. As long as I play my plan correctly and fall in love with the process, I'm going to get that money that I want, right? And the beautiful thing is the want to be right, it doesn't even need to live with me at all. I know statistically I'm going to win majority of the time throughout the year. If I just follow my plan, I know I'm going to win majority of the time. My strategy just told me that. It's not a big deal. I know I'm going to win. Can I fucking execute? That's what matters. If I told you right now, if I told you you're going to have $100,000 at the end of the year, I'm going to give it to you. All you have to do is take the same fucking model every day. Would you do it? Right? That's literally what is happening every day. But most people cannot follow that strict plan every single day. But if I told you you were going to get 100 grand guaranteed, you'd probably fucking do it. That's how you have to operate every day. That's how you have to operate. I don't operate day by day. I don't operate even week by week. It's really more about that yearly. I know at the end of the year, I've already won. I just have to follow my rules each day to actually grab that gold medal at the end of the year, right? If I don't follow my rules, they're going to lock it up in a box and I can look at it, right? I can look at it. I can fantasize over it, but I'll never be able to grab it. Literally just be consistent with one fucking model, man. Then you can kill it. But sometimes we have to go through that trial and error, and I understand that, right? You got to go through that trial and error of maybe making some mistakes and realizing, okay, maybe Jordan was right, or maybe some of these other people that I've listened to were right, and I can't do these things. I can't just show up and expect to make money every day. My expectations are so low every day I come in. I expect to not see what I want. I expect to not get any trades. I expect to not put any risk on until the market's screaming at me with opportunity telling me to. Which is the complete opposite of majority of retail. Majority of retail is waking up freaking super antsy to take trades, right? They expect to make money. They expect to have a good day. I don't expect any of that. I just expect to play my plan. Win, loss, doesn't matter. I expect to play my plan. That's it. You do that, you focus on that, trading gets a lot less stressful. And you genuinely start winning more. I'm survival trading, so it's hard. Why does the music sound like this? Sorry, I'm trying to turn my music on. I'll be back on my screen in a second. I need música. And you guys will see, like, this play is no different than anything I take every single morning. I'll just literally show you. Where's my trade path? Here, I'll show you guys. Look at it. Oh, I just stopped sharing completely. My bad. Cat. Oops. Hold on. There we go. So this is the month so far. You guys will see when I click into every trade, it's the same fucking thing every time. It's the same thing. Higher time frame for value gap delivery, sweep of liquidity, inverse for value gap. SMT is optional. If I have SMT, it makes it more high quality. Going in the morning, I was bullish due to us respecting higher time frame bullish for value gaps. I waited for a 5-minute for value gap to open up with London and Asia highs resting above and took 2-minute inverse out of that PD array, which was the highest time frame inverse in that manipulation leg. Targeted a 1-to-1. Another beautiful morning. Watch. We go to the previous day. We go to Friday. It's the same thing. I took a loss originally, right? Took this first loss on this first short. Exact same setup. We tapped into a 4-hour bearish for value gap. First inversion on the highest time frame. This was a 5-minute gap we had to retest. I would have gone break even at, right? Got stopped on that. That's all good. Nothing changed about my thesis. So what did I do? Waited for a re-entry. Re-entry came here to rebalance to the 5-minute that I was originally targeting. Went break even, right? It's the same play every time. It's just a matter of the only difference is it continuation or is it reversal? If it's a reversal trade, I'm taking it out of a 1-hour or 4-hour for value gap. If it's a continuation trade, I'm taking it out of a 5 or 15-minute for value gap. Right, second try on the short today, it worked out. After getting stopped, I stayed level-headed, waited for another possible re-entry since nothing about my plan for the market changed. Took a 1-minute inversion to rebalance to the 1-minute for value gap that we made, but I made a big mistake. We had a 5-minute. Long story short, I was telling myself I could have made more because we had a open 5-minute gap that I should have been targeting to rebalance, but I didn't notice it. So is what it is. Again, like this is a no trade day. Another thing, this is same thing. I got break even on this short. It was the highest time frame inversion. Uh-oh. What the fuck just happened? I don't know what that was. Yeah, that got stopped out. That was a break-even stop, though. I just lost a little bit because of slippage. And then this is the trade right after, right? It's literally just over and over. I'm playing the same play. Found re-entry, same short I think previously to get to IB low. We had IB low data telling us we should rebalance to that. A minus because there was no SMT. All I care about is repeatability, right? Blink twice if Gab is holding you hostage in PR. I need to tape my eyes open, bro. Yeah, we'll see where this month closes up. Right now, what? We're on like 35 on them. That's on the year. What's this month? Solid. 7.3 R is ridiculous. That'll probably drop down. This win rate should be higher too, but it's because my break-even trades are technically counted as losses because slippage. So. Oh my gosh. EMP stats right now are ridiculous. Dude, that's insane. You think my 7R average win-loss is good? EMP's got a 21 average win-loss ratio. 21. Redonkulous. Crazy. Here's our boy Casey. What's good, baby?
What's up?
Why, yeah. God, we're all just paper hands. Look at that.
Right?
Look at that shit. Nah, I'm happy with what I did. Wouldn't want to do anything different.
The Palantir 145 calls went in the money. I only have runners. So over $200 per contract gain on those from this morning.
Go.
All
I
right,
want to know Rizzo's
is
profit
this the
factor.
dip to buy to push it higher? Or are we starting to curl back lower, we think?
I really haven't been watching much, to be honest. Let's take a look. I mean,
I'm thinking about long in this back test on
back
Qs.
test this previous high. Yeah, we're holding this previous high. Problem is, I could have us drop anywhere in the zone, but I don't know. Looking so strong still. I feel like we could dip into this range a bit over here. 300s. But we're looking flaggy. Thanks for the transparency. Always nice to see that. Always happy to. Always happy to. I don't mind. I will, as soon as EMP gets back too, I will edit the video of me trading this morning. I know I didn't put that out yet. Don't worry, I am putting it out. I just need Emp to get back a little bit when he's back, and then we can edit that. Don't worry, I'm putting it out. It's gonna be a pretty fast video. That TP came pretty quick.
Order filled.
Oh yeah. If you didn't notice, it's not even the actual order filled sound that I use. I downloaded that and I put it in. I edited it in. Because mine on TradingView, it doesn't say order filled. It just does like there's only sound effects.
Yeah.
So I just added in. Like
Let's see. Check out a few things. Shopify having a good day.
I'm telling Emp, I'm like, I know. Oh my gosh. I'm telling Emp, he's like, I'm like, bro, 21 hours is ridiculous. Mine's at 7 and I feel like God. 21 is outrageous. He said it won't stay there, which we all know. Of course it won't. It'll come down a bit, but still, just to get that in general is impressive as fuck.
Bear flag breakdown. Holding 21 EMA. What we gonna do?
KXIN went up 23% today after 150% short interest. KXIN.
Oh. Whoa! Ruggy! News. That's news. News.
No way.
Fucking look at this. Look at this candle.
Yeah, take it down to this hourly gap. We haven't tested this yet. We need to test this.
I'm about
before
to
going higher,
fucking
in my opinion.
long this thing.
Yeah, this is not a breakaway gap, Jordan. This is a bullish gap.
What's the
Making a
news?
new breakaway.
I know Will shorted the top.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he went
Makes him
short
roll
probably like an hour and a half ago.
I need to send Will the link. Mm.
It's good enough for a screenshot. It's good enough to trim.
No.
And you're gonna see my screenshot in just a second, Jordy.
I bet.
Because when I tell you that I long the fuck out of it on the bottom of that candle, I long the fuck out of it on the bottom of that candle.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna send you the screenshot here in a
Love
second.
it.
I want to see if we can push up a little bit more and I'm close it out.
I bet.
Come on, a little bit more.
No headlines from him. Nothing. Just
It's freaking
just a
wild.
quick tap of order flow, real quick. This can get deleted. I don't even need this in my chart anymore. ES testing that hourly gap.
Was there a news headline for this?
I don't think so.
Just a crazy Trump housing investor ban faces congressional pushback. President Trump's proposal to ban Wall Street investors from buying single-family homes is hitting resistance in Congress. Lawmakers in both chambers, particularly Republicans, worry the ban could derail bipartisan. That's all I see too. All right, I'm out.
Highest time frame inversion, if we get one, will be on the 2 minute here. It's freaking tiny. So again, if we're going to go higher, should respect hourly order flow. Highest time frame inversion in this manipulation leg to the downside is 2 minute. It is respecting it bearish though. Did you guys catch that NQ flush down to 320s? No, I'm done trading for the day. I did exactly what I wanted this morning to the long side, and I have no reason to put on any more risk. Oh no. I did not.
Jordan, look at the group chat.
Oh, let me see.
If it went through, I just sent a screenshot.
Ooh, let's go. Is that on the 5 accounts?
Yeah, I did that on the copy trade one.
Oh. Cooking. That's a big day. Let's go. We like that.
Real quick.
Sure. Can I do it with my son? She want love and I want war. Somebody commented on our X live stream. It was like another day, another pump and dump. It's like, bro, you can't pump and dump NQ futures. I don't care if we had 500,000 people in the fucking stream telling them all buy the same spot. Doesn't matter. No way. We wouldn't even move a fucking book in the world, dude. No chance. Is Netflix a no touch? Oh no, I don't dislike Netflix here.
I have equity.
You made an interesting low. Yeah, you made this interesting low, which I would have liked to see us just really instantly like run through this area here, but we didn't. So I was like, okay, we have this gap to fill, looking for that gap to fill. Now we filled that gap, and now we're seeing gap fill buyers off of that. So I'm interested to see right now. I mean, I don't hate Netflix. It could be a beautiful long from this gap fill. But what I really want to see next is, can we really like clear this area here and try and get moving into some of these highs previously. But I don't hate Netflix down here at all. You're dropping to previous year lows in giant yearly order flow. Nothing about sweeping previous year lows for me is super bearish. It's really just depending on the reaction that we see now, right? It's, you know, if we just continue to fall through this with no long setups, yeah, this thing can just keep drilling, sure. But in this entire area, I have to be thinking bulls are going to look to step in somewhere. So I'm quite bullish at 2025 lows. And you see, as soon as we dropped into 2025 lows, I'll mark the level. As soon as we dropped into it, mark this as red. As soon as we drop into that, we start to see Netflix go a little bit more sideways. We had that extra day where we went down, but caught us, and we're just building structure sideways now. So not really bearish down here in the hole. I think it's tough to be bearish on it. Is PR weather closer to Florida or Cali? Florida, for sure. I mean, we're only 3-hour flight from Florida. Oh, definitely Florida. Nice and humid, tropical. It's kind of gross out right now. I'm not gonna lie. Uh-oh, that worked. I'll show you. It's a little. Oh shit! I'm about to knock everything over. It's a little nasty out there today, you know. It's a little cloudy, but still a vibe. I'm watching all the jet skiers right now, just out at the lagoon having a good time. Pretty cool. And we got Wi-Fi all good in my room. Watch as I say that, stream just crashes. That would happen.
Dun, 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 dun.
IBRX, take a look. Whoa. This thing's been doing good. I like this.
I think Dollar Tree took a DLTR might be a short. Little swing. I don't want to long this thing again.
This IBRX looks super interesting. Had a big pump up from I don't know what, some sort of news probably. I have no idea what this company is, but looking good, building this range after huge move up. I expect at some point to actually move lower before we move higher, because right now we're accumulating, right? Accumulation, the markets always move in AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Similar to Tesla, I've talked about plenty of times this beautiful play. When we were accumulating, what did we do? We manipulated those range lows. Everybody's stop is sitting where? That's long here, sitting at these range lows. Those people get stopped out. That creates the liquidity to go higher, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I see a similar thing here on IBRX. Accumulation, I would look for previous week lows to get manipulated into bigger time frame order flow to then go higher potentially. I also don't know that stock at all and haven't been following it though, so keep that in mind. It will rain and be sunny 2 hours later. I know. I love it. I'm definitely getting acclimated now. Do you guys not worry about wash sales? No. Personally, when you're trading a lot of prop firms, it's not a thing. You're getting 1099, so you don't have to worry about that. And then even when you are trading your own account, if you're trading potentially in a business, in an LLC, you can be writing off a lot of your potential business items that you're spending money on. So that helps with that. But I would talk to a tax professional because I am not that. But no, it's not something I worry about ever. Especially because majority of my gains from the market are coming from prop anyway. In terms of the day trading side of things, of course. Mr. Garlic.
Yo,
What is
yo.
The garlic. Is this just a fat long to take it back up to highs?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's looking pretty flaggy.
Myself.
Look at IWMRTY low bounce back.
Thinking about
IBRX and process bladder cancer looking to be acquired. Interesting. I could get wild then.
Microsoft new high day.
Nice. Only viable option for big pharma because with admin afraid of vaccines and Moderna. Interesting. Why?
Hmm.
Did we finally inverse that? 2-3 minute. What was the top? Highest time frame inversions. 5 minute. Pretty shitty inversion, but
Gosh, dang it, Trading View, you suck.
that was not a good
Shut down.
inverse.
Starting back up again. Thank you. Ooh, let's go Microsoft. King Buck, 126%. Yeehaw! SPX did hit the 69.75, 69.80 area where I took that little short earlier at 65. They break in base above this to cruise up there, see the rejection, pull back down, and then see if we go back up to the highest 7,000. So that played out a little bit, and now we're just kind of choppy.
Thoughts on bull stock? Let's take a look.
Don't touch
Haven't looked
it.
at it in a long time. Ripping today, but looks like a dead cat bounce. So, dead cat bounce is cool. There's definitely been some they made from these lows, but you're bouncing right into what's going to be previous week high and weekly bearish order flow, which is not bullish. Or weekly bearish. Yeah, I said bearish. Bearish order flow, which is not bullish for me. So, Weeble's having a good couple days. That's cool. But I expect us to take out these previous week highs and then set up in this box to then trade lower. If we end up running through this to the upside, then I'm wrong in this area and I need to change my thoughts. But as of now, I have to expect rejection at previous week high into weekly order flow, have to expect to see some sort of good short setup in this area to go lower. So not bullish on bull at all. I have no reason to be bullish yet. Personally, I know there's things that can be going on with news or stories, whatever, headlines. I don't think about any of that. None of that is going to influence my positioning. Not at all. But yeah, I just got to be careful. I know it looks kind of good right now with that dead cat bounce, but it might just be a bounce on those previous week highs to freaking rug it again. So just be careful. We'll see what happens there. What levels are you watching that invalidates a dead cat bounce? Again, this box. This is weekly order flow. If we're running through this, I'm completely wrong, right? If we're running through this, that means we're running through and violating weekly bearish order flow, which means my thought process is wrong and I have to flip my thoughts there, right? I know for a fact if we pop up into these highs, we're not getting any candle closures over on the weekly and we're just respecting this area. I can look to see short setups right in that area. So long story short, once we tap into this area, no longs for me can be taken. Zero, nothing, not allowed until we potentially get above this 764. Then I can maybe start to change my thoughts. Him's actually bounced well. I know it was getting killed because all the news and what is it, the lawsuit from Novo Nordisk. It's trying to bounce. Is it bouncing from anywhere significant though?
I
You
could
could
have held that
argue
long
we're back
scalp a
to
little bit
spinners.
longer.
Oh, did it play out?
Yeah, we just back tested 695 just about on SPY. I just played the retracement of that candle, but I still move higher. Let's just hit a spot where I'd be looking to see if they're going to short off this. We can break and base back over this spot. If we do, I think we'll kind of go back up and see a new high day. If they reject it here, then no bueno.
I really have no thoughts on Hims.
Yes.
It's similar to Netflix where we're tapping into the previous year lows, which is like I have to think more bullish down here. But again, like it's a yearly time frame, right? Like fuck, it takes forever. don't know. I'm not bearish down here, but I'm also not trying to buy it. So, no, I don't have a lot of conviction on HIMS. There will be no violating of gaps on this page. That's gross. Notice how Apple was up after everything sold, and for the last 2 days, it was drilling. They are obviously pulling the deceptive levers. This is all completely controlled horseshit. Welcome to the stock market.
Why do you
Welcome.
think I swung Apple puts?
A lot of people will get angry that the market is manipulated. I say, figure out how to use that to your advantage. That's what I've done. I love manipulation. Manipulation is part of my entire strategy. So I think, I know it can be tough sometimes. You get caught in these shitty positions, or you get caught in news coming out or whatever. But the fact that the market is manipulated is actually a massive W. Because it means I can take advantage of it.
Oh my god, I was long ES at 78.
Bring up.
It's going to 69.95.
Oh, yeah. The slow grind up. Wow, that inversion actually played out a little bit. I would have never taken this. This is a shitty setup and later in the day, but I'm curious what this would be. Oh, so a 1-to-1 would have already been hit, which is so tiny. At least like targeted that high and that high. I guess if you did take that, the 1-to-1, I mean, it worked out, but what a shitty trade in my opinion. Just in terms of like time of day, the quality, the probability of this playing out like during this time, I don't know. But it played out, it did it. So cool. For 20 points though, that's a really quick scalp. Yeah, I just woke up and took it. You took that 5-minute inversion? You're a savage. You're a savage. I like, yes, you got it. It happened. It's just, that's a scary one to take right now, but good job. Glad you did it.
Yeah, I got nothing here.
Oh. Yeah, it's tough.
I just took a small short. A little scout.
It means you're being taken advantage of. At times it happens. I mean, you're always going to get taken advantage of by bigger
Covered
players in
half.
the market from time to time in the market. That's part of being in the market.
Stop at
But you
entry.
can also, let's go. Beautiful. You can also form a strategy that uses manipulation in your favor, though, which is exactly what I've done. I won't take a trade unless I've seen manipulation happen in the market. It needs to. Manipulation is not a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's part of the market. It will always be part of the market. So you either bend over and take it like a good boy or figure out how to use it. There's really no other option, to be honest. And here's the thing, it's possible. Plenty of people are doing it. It's possible. We're doing it. What's the rule for Apex to get a payout? You're going to have a certain amount of days green and have your consistency rules up. But as long as you hit the profit target and you're up on your buffer, you should be fine. It's going to be, your normal looks like I thought it was 5 days. I got that wrong. It's actually 8. You have to have 8 active trading days. That's what it was. I remember seeing that. I'm just so used to it being 5. You have to have 5 days showing over $100 profit and 8 active trading days. And max payout is $2,000. You can have up to 20 accounts, which means every time you take a payout, you could potentially take up to $40,000 in payouts from Apex. Which is juicy. Very juicy. Why is this guy angry? Somebody got stopped out a few times today. That's what happened. Favorite rate sensitive stock? It's an interesting question. I don't know that I necessarily have one, but I don't know. Knots, would you say something like Rivian?
Rate sensitive? Well, anything that's growing.
I mean, yeah, anything that's growing is going to be
Anything
rate
that's growth
sensitive for
stock,
sure.
obviously lower rates is better. Obviously, I mean, you look at IWM, same thing. Rates went down, IWM starts going up. So anything growth stock related, that would be a key for that. So let's just say, anything that needs money. Rivian, possibly Zeta, stuff like that. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know that I personally have a favorite though, but some would say Tesla. Apex for 50k PA. Oh, shout out to you. You just threw all that in the chat for everybody. Amazing.
20 points. We can break this. It'll flush a little bit more. I'll cover, but 20 little points short. Nothing crazy. Just back tested the 21 right there. It breaks that. It could flush a little bit more, but nothing crazy.
Meta was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Beautiful. Great move. Also, NVIDIA. I just find this hilarious, guys. Like, every time NVIDIA gets to the bottom of this range, you hear everybody saying, NVIDIA sucks. I hate NVIDIA here. Why is NVIDIA so trash? And then it gets bought up every time because we're at freaking range lows. Most of the time, sweeping some sort of liquidity to the left in a giant range. It's just going back and forth. It's like, I know Frank always says it, never short a dull market. Hello. This is a dull market on NVIDIA right now. And I don't know, trying to short these holes.
I got
come
long
down,
a
it's
separate account
nothing.
at 70.
Until NVIDIA really breaks actual structure on this bigger time frame, any of these moves to the bottom of the range should get bought up, in my opinion. MSTR had a nice bounce. I'm curious to see where that goes from here. It could just be a dead cat into like spots to set up short again, but I don't know. And you lose, man. Interesting. Okay. It's a game. Like all games, the market is a game. All games have rules, and the rules. You know, there's some people that'll say, I hate the gamification of trading, how people gamify it. Others will say, I love it. I'm personally in the camp saying I love it. A lot of people say you don't want to like gamify trading because for some people,
Trimmed
for some
15
reason,
points.
I feel like people conflate treating it like a game as meaning I'm being like way too risky and I don't care about my accounts and everything. And that's not the case necessarily. There's definitely some people that do that treat it too much like a video game and they just don't care. But I don't know, I'm a big believer that if you grinded video games in the past, I don't know, I feel like trading is just another video game that you have to master, man. Honestly, like me treating it like a game has helped me more, but I think it's different for everybody in that area. I just think like, I don't know, I can go, like I used to go grind every single game, bro, and just like, you're sitting there for hours grinding. It's like, imagine if you were putting that time into something that actually gave you an ROI. And that's where like at trading is just another game we have to master. From a gamer, I tell people that all the time. I fully agree, bro. Like if you're a gamer, if you've been a gamer, you just grind like CSGO, Fortnite, Rocket League. If you did all that shit, bro, you're made for trading, I swear. I swear.
Wow.
I feel like
Then I'm a trader,
it makes-
baby. I'm a
It
gamer.
makes so much sense. I don't know.
Love it.
I don't know. But, you know, others will take it like more as a negative thing. And I can understand it, you know. So I think you just got to find your way, find what mindset works best for you.
I'm flat. I have no positions.
Another puzzle to solve. Yeah, exactly. You know, another puzzle to solve. Certainly holds the validity of the game. Yeah. Yeah. Very much. How did you know your trade this morning wouldn't go under the London high? I mean, I never know anything for sure. Let me put that out there. I never know anything. Okay. I don't know shit. All I know is I can see my plan, and based off of what I've seen and done 1,000 times over, I should expect certain things, right? Like if we sweep London low into a higher time frame for value gap, and I see the highest time frame inverse for value gap happen out of that, I know based off that, I don't know for a fact that we're going to go higher or we're going to play out the way I want, but what I do know is based off of all the other times in the statistical data I have, that's what should happen, right? Whether or not it actually happens, that's where your risk management comes into play, right? But I know from doing this over and over that the probability is that I get what I want. You got to master your risk and obviously be diligent with that. So the times that you're not right, you're not blowing accounts, you're not losing all your money. But here, I'll go through it a little bit. I mean, simple as this. So, well, I say simple as this, but for some of you, it might not be so simple. I was looking at this hourly gap going into the morning. I was looking at this hourly gap. I was like, okay, if we want to respect this, I can look for a move lower. We did not do that. We just wanted to run through that. So into the morning with all the bullishness, again, we swept London low. We started moving higher. I was under the impression that the draw for today is going to be these highs, right? We're going to want to draw to these highs. That was my opinion because London high, Asia high, we swept London and Asia lows. We should go retest what? London and Asia high. And then again, I just waited for that 5-minute gap to form. If I go over to that 5-minute gap, it's right here. So here's how I know we're not going to go to London low, or I have a good chance, a good idea that we won't go to London low. I know for a fact, if we're respecting this gap at open, we should move higher. If we run through this, we should move lower back to that London low. What do? We tap into this, we respect it. I go down to a lower time frame. The highest time frame in this leg of price action down where I can find an inversion is on the 2-minute. As soon as that 2-minute candle closed, over, I longed. I longed, risking bottom of the up close candles, looking for a 1-to-1. So I didn't know for sure that we weren't going to go back to London or anything like that. All I knew is, well, we're respecting bullish order flow. If we wanted to go lower, we shouldn't be respecting this, but we are. And I'm getting confirmation of order flow flipping here on the lower time frame. So I never know for sure. You're never going to know anything as a trader for certain.
Never.
But you can build a system that gives you the best odds. $180 hit. Let's go, Tommy. One good day and you're a philosopher? I've been speaking this since day one, bro. Go back to my stream, my personal stream that I used to run a year ago. I was saying the same
Jordan,
shit.
you suck. Stop it.
Bro.
I know your tricks.
Dude, I suck, dude. I suck.
I know your tricks.
Fucking suck, dude. Fucking suck.
I know it.
Suck, dude. Call me Ace the Philosopher, all right? Shit.
Dog shit.
I'll talk this same shit when I'm down heavy on a day. I don't care. Because it's facts,
Better.
man.
You better
True.
call him Ace Aristotle.
Aces in the chat. That's what we always say that.
I'll burp. I'm gonna go eat. I'll burp.
Later, Gator.
Bird. Trade one account and group it. I trade 5 accounts that are copy traded together. Absolutely. If you're not doing that, you're just losing in the prop firm area, in my opinion. I mean, well, there's other people that are, like Emp. Somebody like Emp will have multiple accounts and kind of trade them throughout the day. But I mean, if you're not copy trading, for the most part, it's like, why not? You can literally get paid more to do no extra work. Why wouldn't you? Makes no sense. If you're truly, able to execute a reputable plan every day. $14 withdrawals last few weeks. Awesome, bro. Good stuff. Love that. From Apex? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, because Apex, you get the 20 accounts. You're cooking, right? I'm with you. Fully agree, brother. Single account trades not grouped. Okay, that's cool. That's just more work that I don't want to do. I can just copy trade them and But that's also a way to do it. You can spread out your risk a lot more doing it that way, right? So I don't mind it. You can absolutely do it. But the reason I don't personally, and I like to copy trade them all together, is because I only take about 1 trade a day anyway. I'm not going to sit there and trade all day. And so I'd much rather copy trade all this together. You're young, you can take the risk. I would argue I'm probably taking more risk copy trading all my accounts together rather than trading them throughout the day. But it's high quality risk. For me, later in the day, trying to trade these moves like this, it's not worth it. I'm never going to take that many trades. So that's the only reason I really copy trade, to be honest. It's because I'm not sitting here all day trading. I'm really only taking that 1 trade a day. So if I'm only taking 1 trade and I have 20 accounts or whatever, well, I don't have 20 accounts right now, but like, right, let's just say, I can't really trade all those accounts, so might as well put them all together, right? That's the way I see it. At least for me. I know everybody's going to be different. Like somebody like Ryan, you guys know Ryan Emp, he is completely different, right? He's not copy trading majority of the time. He might copy trade a few accounts here and there, but he's trading throughout the whole day, giving himself a lot of risk to spread out with all the different accounts. And he can hit $300 in this account and then lock it up and go trade this account. And oh, if he loses a few $100 there, it's fine. He'll go to his other account and trade there, right? Like you can do that. You can absolutely do it. More work I don't want to do, to be honest. And it's really not even that. It's not that I don't want to do the work. I'm happy to do the work. It's more about the work I'm doing is not high quality anyway. After 11:30 Eastern, I don't want to be trading, man. Not me. I know for my strategy, it doesn't work well. So, I don't know. I hope that makes sense, though. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. I know I'll talk shit in some of the videos I make, to get some extra views and like try and get a reaction out of people. But like for the most part, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. It's what works best for you. I appreciate it, Abe. The only reason I'm good at it is because I've lost enough money trying to overtrade that come to terms that I just gonna play my plan every day instead. You're making it awfully convincing to start copy trading. I know it's awfully convincing for sure, but for anybody that might be new, like if you haven't passed an account yet, there's no world where you should be buying all these accounts and trying to copy trade them. There's no world where you should be doing that. Start with one, get a payout from one, right? Then you can start to build it up. I see too many people go and they've never passed an account before and they go and buy 20 Apex accounts and then they blow them all. And it's like, well, let's start with one, right? And prove to yourself that you can make money with that. And then we up the allocation and the size, So just be careful, guys. I know I talk very positively about copy trading and it is amazing. I love it. But if you're not honed in on your risk management, you're going to get wrecked. And I don't want to see that for any of you guys. So just please be careful, man. It can be rough. Emp said he's coming back. Boom.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got to get that trading clip out for everybody. Always happy to be here. I'm a gamer / poker player, but he's perfect for trading, dude. You're meant for this world. MQ Short is screaming. Ah. See. Shout out to you, Shady. Appreciate you, my bro. It is fun to have all the different styles, right? Oh. I know sometimes it can be confusing, though, if we're all looking at stuff a little bit differently, but it's part of having different styles. Y'all, what's up, King Diola? Any trades? I took one trade this morning. I did. Right, yeah, nice long. Longed as soon as we closed on this 2-minute candle. Longed it right there, risking the bottom of these up-close candles and targeting a 1-to-1. I went break even at London high, so as soon as we hit London high, stops moved up to break even and I couldn't lose. And then we hit that TP. So yeah, solid trade this morning. Nothing too crazy, pretty quick. Nothing else. This is all noise for me. I know not for everybody it's going to be, but for me, anything past 11:30 Eastern, complete noise. And I don't want to partake in it for the most part. But doesn't mean you guys can't find some great scalps and play your own strategies and do your own thing. It's not something I'm going to be doing. Where's Will at? It's a good question. I thought I sent him the link earlier. Let me double check that I did. I did. What do you do? Meet me in the alley with the troops. He'll be here in a bit, no worries. Let's go. All goody. We don't. Oh, I gotta take ground beef out, bro. I'll be right back.
Microsoft.
I got my single plant in here. Pretty sure this is the only plant in the entire apartment right now. I don't know about everybody else, but these like I need to get some pictures and some colors up because the all white like bachelor pad style place makes me feel like I'm in an AI house. You just need some pictures up. I'm gonna throw a Wolf Financial sign behind me. It's gonna be looking good. Get some vibrant colors going on. Where is the man that is the top at now? I don't know what you mean by that.
What you mean?
I mean top man of the stream, Mr. Emperador. He's coming back. Don't worry.
Oh, Shady Weighty accounts up another 8% today. Nice job. Would love to see green accounts.
No more pool. Nah, we're gonna get us fitted with a nice sign behind us. I might have to move my desk a little bit, but it'll work.
Well, we are building a high compression squeeze here on the 5-minute on SPY, Qs, and VIX. VIX just made a new low of day and broke 17. As much as I think I want to short this pop, we're about to close over top of the spot. If VIX squeeze downside, we can see a pop back up to equal highs, potentially a new high a day. Internal still strong. They're building a floor right now at 69.65 on SPX. They're targeting 69.85, a little bit higher. Calls still outweighing puts.
Give me some money, but I've been there.
I kind of want to say we're about to fire the squeeze upside. I think it just needs more time.
Especially back up on their head and we will go for shoot.
VIX.
Is Brent in here? Good question. I didn't see him, I don't think. Hope he's having a good day, though. That man's been killing it.
Uh,
Oh, that I
what are we doing?
Oh yeah, Michael, that's Ryan. At Wolf Ryan on X. We call him Emperador a lot because that was his old name on X. So if you hear us say that, we're talking about Ryan. Yeah, that's
Ryan.
Here, Tommy, let me send it. Oh, it's just Ace the Kid TA. Just Ace the Kid TA. Yeah, I'll hop in there. Y'all printing? Yeah, it was a good Monday. I had one play. Hit like 1,300 bones. Across 5 accounts today. That's solid. Not a bad morning. I'm happy with it.
Oh no, chat thing us along.
It said Frankie. Oh yeah, Frankie's at the top right now, but the guy you were talking about earlier, that was Ryan. He's coming back here soon, so I'll hop in again. Who's Ryan? Who's Ryan? The bearded man will always be Emp. I know, right?
Oh, Microsoft.
Always.
Hey. If you want to trim out those calls right here, you can.
Look at her go! Woo! Except friend request. Have I not done that? I'm so sorry. I'm not on Discord much, to be honest. I got you.
Micro hard. Shoddy. Let's go. All right, long and strong.
All right, Tommy, I accepted.
Long and strong.
Boom. All right, I'm in there. Let's go. Let's go.
What it is? What's up?
Whoa. Whoa.
Come on now. Ugh.
Now that a split could be why I'm having such a hard time. Nice bounce from this area so far. Where are we on this bigger time? Oh, hello. Hello. Aha. This might be actually interesting here.
I know. I thought about it again. My Discord would hate me if I alerted anything on that stock.
I'm looking at this. We just tapped into monthly order flow. Again, I know this is on a bigger time frame, but it doesn't change the way I look at things. It's price is fractal, so I look at things exactly the same. We sweep in these lows, look at all these relative equal lows, got snatched through. We're in bigger time frame order flow. If I see us inverse this on the daily, which means we need a daily candle closure through this. But if that happens, I like this long at least up until see those highs. I would look for us to tap into this gap again, though. I don't hate that at all. What's 50% of this gap? 50% of this gap is going to be 124.08. So let's say we close through this. Probably close a little bit over it or whatever, long. Do the stops there. Into those highs, 1-to-1. Into those highs, 2.6. Into 50% retracement of the gap. That's a 3R trade. If you were to get full gap fill, that's a 3.92 RR. Oh no, there's opportunity here. We'll see what happens. See if the day closes strong through that, or we wait till tomorrow. $12 p.m. PST? Tommy, right? Got you. Will do. Let's see.
Can we see 697 on SPY before end of day? It is now 2:20. Got an hour and 40 minutes. Let's go.
Let's go. Anybody win a bunch of money on some Super Bowl bets last night? You got anybody in the chat cooking? I've never placed a sports bet in my life, so it wasn't me, but
No?
never.
What?
I know it seems like I would, but like, fuck, dude, I got no edge in sports. My edge is in the markets. I don't got no edge there. Shit. But I honestly, last night watching the Super Bowl, I never watch football. I never watch any sports, guys. Like the most I'll watch is golf. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that game last night. Like actually just sitting down and enjoying a football game. I never enjoy those games really. So that was nice. Early kicked back, relaxed, and enjoyed it. I bet on Patriots and got that out. Yeah, only $90. That is what it is.
Come
My
on,
wife
bro.
won 300 playing squares. Your candle colors are painful to look at. I love how it's never in the middle. It's either people hate them or people love them. It's so funny. Would you mind if you change the colors to green and red? Oh, there's no world where that's happening. That will never happen. I'll never run green and red. Just letting you know right now. But Emp might be able to throw his chart up, so it'll save you a headache. But yeah, there's no world where I change those colors. The love-hate relationship with the chat on my charts. I know I hate the green and red.
Oh, Wattbender, what are you doing, dude? I sat here on stream and told you guys Seahawks by 1 billion.
Fuck.
Wattbender will crush UFC bets, though. He does have a decent read on those.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
Crushing the UFC. I like that. I wonder, is there an area where you look in the sports books and you see like I've heard people say, oh, like NFL or like NBA is like the worst bang for your buck, but I don't know if this is still the same. But at the time when I was hearing that, I think we did a space with somebody that was doing sports bets on esports gaming. And I don't know, they were saying like the sports books, the way they were designed are like more favorable for that. I'm curious, is there like a world where a certain sport is more favorable to bet on?
I don't think so. It's all like high level mathematic probabilities and then like hedging of books too. Like if everybody in the world's putting money on one side, they like change the odds. Like the odds move, right? So it's just what I do. Like for one, the main thing is like to me, it's for viewing pleasure. You know, like if I'm watching a random game that I either
More
think's a
fun to
good
watch when
game
you
or I
got a
like,
few bucks.
yeah, maybe I like one of the teams or something, like how they're doing that year. But like if I'm watching some random, like, you know, Pittsburgh's playing Cincinnati, like, I mean, do I really care how much who wins? But if I like, you know, throw 20, $50 on it, now the game gets way more interesting to me. So like it's, you know, but then I also, the way I look at it is like, I don't do all the player props and a lot of people do that stuff. I just know, you know, sports pretty well and I watch them pretty often. And so, you know, I just look for opportunities where I almost approach it like trading. Like I knew the Seahawks were going to win, but the odds weren't very good. So it was kind of like trying to long at the top of a trend. Like I don't have good risk reward here, but you know, you long on a dip. So like if the Seahawks would have taken a little dip last night, if Patriots would have scored like first, I probably would have taken the Seahawks. But new high of day, Spy. I think Casey was calling for that. 4:30 is the next spot on InQ, by the way. There's a gap fill on NDX up there.
I'm gonna take like 10 minutes and edit this clip real quick.
Yeah, all good. Not a whole lot to do.
Did I just leave and Spy just made a new high day?
Yeah, I was wondering if you heard me.
Yeah, I did. That's the reason why I just came back and sat down at my desk. You can probably hear why I had to leave.
Why you had to leave.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Dang it, man.
You are right at NFP here, basically. Poking above it again, but I don't know. A little bit room higher. We're up exactly 1% on the day, so on the Qs anyway. I haven't looked at many of these individual names since a couple hours ago. Tesla sitting at highs, hugging this 420. Nvidia's gone straight sideways. Microsoft made a new high briefly. Amazon's kind of fading. And here comes Apple off the lows. I don't know. There's not a whole. Ooh, IBM. What's IBM got going on here? Nice little move. I don't really see. Ooh, PanW. That's nice. I don't really see anything I just love for this afternoon. But it is important to stay out of bad trades. Dude, whatever this little like tape bomb thing where there was no headlines, whatever, that was the buy. And I saw you snipe it, Casey.
I did. I just did it for the retracement of the candle, regardless, because it didn't really make sense to me to see that much of an overreaction candle to the downside right there, with nothing too much to really back it up. So I didn't mind buying it off your little intraday spot there on SPY and ES. That was a nice long spot, though. Oh, that's for me. That's your business.
Oh, I'm over here
else.
talking on. I was talking on mute. My bad.
No, you're good. I've been thinking. No. I own my house and I just write off the office space under my business. That's it.
Yeah, well, you get a more favorable rate on primary mortgage unless you're doing a cash sale. If you're buying in cash, then yeah, it makes sense to probably do the LLC thing. Talk to your CPA, but you're definitely you're asking the right questions, Colin. Just catching up with the chat here. Sniper Sim, she does absolutely crush sports bets. She does. I thought Drake was the second coming of Brady. No, there is no second Brady, dude. Come on. You know, Wattbender, you know better. Like, if anybody else said that, I'd be like, I'd explain it to him. You know better. Oh, Cameron, just missed my limit order by 5. Contract went to 245, not 250. You know what's funny? I just kind of naturally do, like, with all of my trades, I never go to like a whole number. I always go right in front of it.
Same.
I always do. Like I know I love like being able to say, oh well, it's you know, if I bought it at like 125 and went to 250, I'd love being like it's 100% gain, whatever. But dude, I'm 245. You know, I always front run. I try to front run the market. Every once in a while, I'll still get front run, but I always like right now. If my level was 430, I'd be trimming at like 425 or 428. I wouldn't try to hit it exactly. I don't know. It's just something that I started doing because I can't tell you how many times it's like I've been front ran that I like just try to front run and I get too greedy. The hardest thing to do is like the psychology after that, because like now what are you going to do? You chase your fill? Do you just sit and wait it out? Like how confident are you in your thesis? But if your premiums are popping and it gets within 5 cents of a contract fill, I'm probably just going to chase it out, even if I get filled at 230 or 235. Like I'm gonna get myself out of that, especially on like an uptick, you know, like this. I mean, maybe you still get there, but that's usually that's the way I approach it, because I can't tell you how many times I'm like, no, I've been stubborn and like I'm gonna wait and get my 250 fill, and then like contract starts burning, and then next thing you know, like on futures it's a little different, I guess, but like on options, I can tell you how many times I like waited and like 30 minutes later, price finally makes a new high, but the contract doesn't even get there again because it burned out or something. You know, there's a lot of different factors, but I found it much better to just go chase and take my profit than, you know what they say, be a dick for a tick.
I think that's 7,000 on ES we just hit.
Snapchat.
Snap.
Instagram is testing a Snapchat rival,
Ooh.
which they kind of already have in a way. There's a headline for Snapchats and tattoos. Snap's a perpetual short. I've been saying this for 2 years. I'm trying to long like MSN Messenger of today. Like this is the AIM. Snapchat sucks. Everyone else offers what Snapchat offered, and then more. The only thing it does well is like the little filters that people like. Snapchat's like longing Blockbuster. It's not it. Did you enter shorts for NQ? I have not entered any shorts for NQ. As bad as I want to, I probably won't on a day like today because of the scenario that we're in. We're in a hard uptrend after a hard downtrend. So we came down very hard and we're getting a pretty steady uptrend here, and the trend has been strong all day long. Now could you have, got some scalpy moves a couple times? Yes. We got up here to some targets. Could you get a little scalpy move there and here? Yes, but once you do that and take another new high, I mean, this just looks like a flag is what it looks like on a trend day. So, I don't know. If you could really extend, like if this thing starts ripping away, I mean, you could probably play it back down to this area. Or I think, yeah, it would have to go much higher before I'd really want to. I mean, you're filling a gap on NDX. and tapping into some interesting areas that Jordan's probably maybe watching. Let me check the 4 hour here. The 4 hour tap is going to be even higher. It's basically 500. Jordan, is that? I don't know if you can hear me. Jordan's probably looking for this, which is it's like
Jordan's possessed right now.
No, he's working on some stuff.
Okay.
He's deep in the game. But if I had to just think about his trading methodology, I assume he's looking for a tap up here. Instance is going to be the Snapchat feature that they're testing on Instagram. Instance. Yeah, I'm just now catching up. Yeah, Cameron. Yeah, that's what happens. So this is what I love, actually. Blinded by the hype, Wapender, on the sports betting. I love when people get all hyped up on some narrative, like the Patriots or something, and you're like, no. Like, just look at the statistics, look at the numbers, look at the full team. I love to fade some hype. Swing trading is stressful. Day trading, you're done when the day's over. When you have that open trade, it weighs down your mind and causes stress. Yeah, depends on your sizing. I think there's two important things to consider here, though. One is 70% of market moves happen like overnight. Like the market, like swing trading, is inherently more profitable. Obviously, you have to do it the right way. You have to size the right way, and have the right thesis and everything. The Snapchat news is just now hitting the wires that I was calling out a few minutes ago. The other thing is, like, you do get bigger moves on swing trading. I see what you're saying, though, like days over, like day trading, but bigger moves do happen in swing trading. You just have to approach it differently. But then the other big thing is, like, right now, the bigger picture of the market right now is a consolidating, like, sideways market. So it's a lot harder to swing trade than it was when the rising tide was lifting all boats, like I said earlier, back in, July, August, September, when just the whole market was going up. You could swing trade names that had outsized moves to make up. Is that Robert Pattinson? Is it possible QQQ? Well, I mean, is it possible? A lot of things are possible.
It's always possible. Just gotta believe.
There is a possibility. Where is this? Oh, we're back at. This has been a key level on QQQ for a while right here. I mean, we're still within the same range right here. We got over the daily 9, which is good, and we're over the halfback. 619, could it happen today? It could. I would probably look more at the 617, 618 area where the 21 is. There's some price action to the left that confirms that area. Bunch of lows at that. That's a pretty heavy level, actually, 617.80. Then above that, it's 619 and change. But it could happen. I mean, if you get the normal extension of the IB, that's basically where it would take you. That's January NFP. You're going to run into traffic on the S&P up here, though. Yeah, I mean, maybe 6-7 more points on SPX. We run into some trouble. There's a little traffic already right here. I don't know, it's just tough. I mean, what's your risk to reward to go long right now? I mean, if you're already long and you're swinging long, I think you're trimming, and you can definitely hold some runners and probably be fine. Did you just get a huge bounce after a huge sell-off? Yes. So big move down, big move up. Does it maybe need to do some of these gymnastics moves in here? Possibly. Could keep going. I mean, what was clear to me was once the sell-off got going, it was clear to me to stay on the short side. And once we got down to here, it was pretty clear to me to play it back up on Friday. And then it was pretty dip by this morning was a pretty clear shot for me. And then since then, now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, wait and see what price does next. Tesla touched 420.69 the same day SPX touched 69.69.69. Maybe it is a sign. You guys use Top Step. They paused 3 of my accounts. I use Top Step. I haven't had any issues. I've seen, I guess, people getting emails and stuff. Only emails I'm getting say congrats on taking a payout. So I don't know what's happening. I see people saying they didn't hedge or whatever. I don't know. Personally, I've had zero problems, 0 issues. If that changes, I'll let you guys know, of course. But I did see a lot of people got emails about like hedging and stuff, which I know for a fact I've never hedged. So I only trade 1 account at a time, or I copy trade 2 accounts together. But Surfer, I don't know. I liked the halftime show. Because you know what's funny? Maybe I'll sneak in one. I gotta like let it build. I gotta like really feel it to get into the character. But sir, I'll say this: it was funny that Trump made a comment about the halftime show. Everybody was talking all about it. They showed like a video. He was sitting there watching it. Trump didn't go watch the Kid Rock show or whatever was going on, which looked like it was pre-recorded. I don't know. I haven't verified that, but it's Grambo, no issues with Top Step. ProFast, no issues with Top Step. Yeah, I think 99% of people don't have issues. You only hear, it's kind of one of those things where you only hear about it when people have, like, from the people that have issues. It's kind of like if you go read some reviews sometimes, like on Amazon or somewhere, like 90% of the reviews are just people that had an issue. Everyone else is just happy with the product and that never leave a review. AMKR is ripping. Yeah, 50-day in a bullish sector and a bullish stock. Is there earnings today? Oh, it is. Amcor. His chart structure, excuse me, looks really good. I'll defer to Stock Talk on the thesis because he's done super deep dive into this one, so I'll defer to him on those thoughts. But this is one of the ones he pounded the table on, and boy, it's made a nice move.
Just posted an update. Sent out 4 charts on Sunday, 4 dumpster diver trades. 3 out of 4 so far have played out and hit their first main target upside. The only one that has not played out and is still sitting at the exact same spot is Airbnb, but all other 3 charts and trade ideas on App11, MongoDB, and PLTR all played out. And we crushed Palantir this morning. I did not chase App11. Wish I did.
What is doing so well in my portfolio today?
Microsoft. Rivian.
Not me, sir.
right, so the 5-minute squeeze played out for upside on SPY and Qs, made a new high today. Now, do we get continuation, or is that all he wrote for the day? Still want to see 69.85 on SPX. Got close.
I didn't really watch the other full one. I saw little clips of it, Jarrett, but it looked like it was decent. I saw somebody played that chilling on a dirt road or whatever. I don't know. All I saw was clips. I saw a clip of Kid Rock that looked like he was like lip singing, and he was like, looked like he was like 3 seconds off the recording.
I'm
Oh,
back. Everybody talking about my evil face. Yeah, I just got a resting bitch face. I'm sorry.
Dude, you look like you were possessed the whole time.
Dude, I'm like locked in, bro.
Yeah, that's what
Locked
Em was saying.
in.
He was like, nah, he's just working hard.
Is that Robert Pattinson? Yes. Yes, I am.
House Democrats may move to overturn Canada tariffs. Fed's Murin is making a lot of comments about Fed independence. Speaking of Botox, did you guys see Ricky Martin? Ricky Martin looked good for his age.
He said, speaking of Botox.
But dude, he had to have been. What earnings do we even have going on right now?
Nothing crazy, I think, today.
On Semiconductor. Oop, I clicked on the wrong button. On Semiconductor,
That was it.
Amcor. Those are the two that stick out to me. Spotify tomorrow, Coca-Cola, Datadog, Ferrari, CVS, BP, Marriott. Hood is tomorrow. Hood and Net, A-Lab, those three are all pretty big. What does Spotify's chart even look like now? God bless.
Not that good.
What did you guys do? I just filled a gap though. And didn't bounce at all off the gap.
No. I almost put on the dumpster diver trade, but I was like, nah. It don't look that good.
It is holding right on this gap fill.
It's got to bounce at some point. Maybe zero. I don't know. Oh, 15 minute on QQQ did not close a very bullish candlestick.
What do you guys, do any of y'all use, this is for you as well, Casey and Jordan, do you use Spotify? Do you guys use Spotify? And if you're in the chat, do you guys use Spotify? Or what do you guys use for music?
All I use. It's all I use.
That's all you use is Spotify?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Casey, you use Spotify?
I do not. I do not use Spotify. Gonna bring it down this next 15 minutes.
Let's see, what do you guys, okay, so Lenny, Spotify, Lucky says Spotify, KT Stevens, Corey says Apple Music. I see another Apple Music from Tommy. Kids use Spotify.
Oh, baby.
Audiobooks for the win.
What you gonna do?
YouTube Music. So this is what I use, Kevin. I pay for YouTube Premium, which includes YouTube Music. So I get YouTube Music. What's it called? Like it's included, but like I watch a lot of YouTube, so I have no commercials on YouTube, and I have YouTube Music. So why would I used to use Spotify, but since I have YouTube Premium, I might as well just use YouTube Music, which is fine to me.
Your 5 minute 9 again.
Yeah, Ocho, that's the way to go. I've never used Apple Music. iTunes, Apple Music. I feel like enough people use Spotify that it should not be getting destroyed like it is. That's pretty cool. Spotify, like if you're on Discord, it says like now listening or now playing or whatever. I don't know. I like YouTube because and the other thing is because a lot of times if like parties, get-togethers or whatever, I'll just put YouTube Music on TV, and so I can either put like music videos or I can put just YouTube Music on there and have like the music videos playing like while we're listening to music at a hanging out at a cookout, get together, whatever's going on. Anyone still use Winamp? Boy, KT, that's a throwback. Does that give you movies too? On YouTube, so like with YouTube or YouTube Premium, the movies, I think you have to rent them still if they're on there. Like it's a separate thing. YouTube Premium is just like I can close my phone and YouTube keeps playing. I never get any ads on YouTube, and I get YouTube Music, which is unlimited. I make my own playlists, all that stuff. I can download it all. So that's what I use. And if you can do something like this, get it as an add-on, yeah. Decimal, I don't know much like the Series 6, 7, 57. I mean, that'd probably be a question for Will. I think there's a lot of places that sell like the course material that you need to go pass those tests and stuff. But I think it's way more or way less needed nowadays than it ever was. Like obviously if you're going to go work for a firm or something, I think you have to go pass those things. But if you're, I feel like the way retail trading has changed, I don't know that most people need to get those things. Like I've thought about doing it just to become a better trader and smarter person in the industry, but I don't know that I need I don't know that it's worth it. I don't think it has the same like weight that it used to have, if that makes sense. The Series 7 and all that stuff. I have heard that Spotify's algo is really good. To me, YouTube's isn't bad because it's just plays like similar songs. Like if you pick a song and hit play, it just goes to like similar songs in that time frame that other people listen to or put on playlists. But whatever. Are YouTube prices different in Mexico? Are you buying? So it's funny you bring that up. I have YouTube in the US. It says like if I log in, it works the same on either side. So I log in down here and it'll say like it says like YouTube Mexico or something, like MX. Yeah, so it says MX up here in the top corner. But on my main computer over here, my other computer, it's regular YouTube Premium. But the funny thing about you bringing that up is I used to Spotify works the same in any country, but I used to pay for it down here in Mexico because it was like $6 a month for it was like half the price of the US version, and it worked in the US the same. So I would just like pay for it down here for like 6 months at a time when I was like first coming down here to visit.
Bring it down, Shorty. Come on, bring it down.
When I saw somebody said it was their first time here. What was that? There it is. What's up? World of El Suan. Just call you World. Welcome in. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Tell a friend. Be a friend. Welcome in. Boring. I mean, it's a live day trading show. We talk about everything going on in the market. There's not a whole lot happening right now, which is important as a trader to be prepared to not do stuff a lot of times. And obviously, any news breaking stuff like that happens, we'll bring it to you probably quicker than just about anywhere else that you can find it. But welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Casey, you had a comment there, and then we'll get back to the chat.
What do you say?
You were saying something right there. I didn't know if it was just a.
Oh, I'm in a
Price
little bit of
update.
I'm in a little bit of a short, and I wanted it to bring it in just a little bit lower.
Yeah.
It
I would
almost
love-
filled. It almost filled me for a little bit of a trim at 401,
We did hit
but it
7.
did not.
It hit 7,000 exactly on ES there, which could be a little fade spot. I mean, if you did, you could have got probably 5 points out of it. But tough to do a whole lot here.
Yeah.
How long have I been trading? The first day trade I ever took was GameStop. So 5 years now? Dang. But like full time, basically since I moved down here, a little bit after I moved down here. So about 3 years, right at 3 years, like full-time trading. I mean, I still have like, other jobs and stuff that I was doing, but it's pretty much full-time trading for the last 3 years. But yeah, GameStop was the first, like, that's what opened my eyes to like, oh, you can day trade. Like I didn't really even know about it before that.
Oh, trim. Order fill. Yay.
There you go. I like this one right here. Somehow I'm good with a YOLO on an option for $500, but not willing to pay for YouTube Premium. YouTube mixes are good, yeah. Jayhan, you switched? I have heard this before, but I've never really looked into see if the sound quality was better. SoundCloud? Big SoundCloud guy? Do I know anything on Cart? It's not a great looking chart. You have the same support here that's bounced off of multiple times. It kind of undercut it and it's trying to reclaim. This is not a good looking chart. And this looks like a head and shoulders playing out. Kind of it's like a double-headed shoulder. This is just not a good looking chart right now. I don't know much about the valuation things. I do think that they've had they have a tough narrative issue, I think, like in the competitive space. But I mean, they're down year over year, they're down year to date, they're down 6 months, they're down. And I think you're really bottom fishing if you're looking for a trade here. But I think you have to, this one has to be more of a fundamental story. Like, are they getting priced out and beat out by competition? Why are they selling off so hard? I don't really track this one quite as much. Earnings this week, so maybe you can get a little bit more insight on their earnings call, which, let's see, when are they reporting? Oh, they're not even, they're under 10 billion now. I have to actually search for them. I mean, revenue's growing a little bit. EPS is not done just fantastic. I like to go to the AI summaries over here on Earnings Hub. Average order values decreasing, advertising revenue pressure, so they're not getting advertisements, regulatory risk, and market competition. Yeah. There's all your negatives that they're talking about on their last earnings call. So I'd watch and see if any of that improves. AI solutions, customer engagement. They did update their guidance last call, so we'll see if they do that again, maybe. But I don't know. It's tough in a raging bull market to look at names like this and get excited about them. This looks, I mean, it's at an interesting level, but it just looks bad. You started trading this morning. What do you buy to make $1 million by Friday? Yeah, like a kilo of cocaine. Where in Mexico I reside? It's on my X profile, Querétaro, right in the dead center. It's hold on, I'll tell you.
Covered more at 95. 21 EMA just hit. I'm gonna move a stop to entry. Secure green trade.
79 with a high of 82. It's going to be 82 every day this week. Here's your 21. Like Casey was just saying, yes, didn't quite get there, but InQ is right on it again. And SPY was on it. SPY is still rejecting that NFP high, though. That's the only thing it's sitting on top of it on SPY. SPX is rejecting it from January. For future string, I do market. I don't play like small enough moves that, a couple extra points is going to be a significant difference to me. Most of my trades, I'm looking for 50 to 100 point trades. So, if I get filled 4 or 5, 6 points difference, it's not that big of a deal to me. So I just do market. Meta, if the market's going to cooperate here, I really like Meta in general. I think you clear this 200 day at 686. I think Meta's back into the 700s, 720s quick. Honestly, I think it would have bounced and held here if the market wasn't just selling super hard last week. I think we would have held 670s, but because the market was selling so hard, I think it had to work its way back down. We talked about that on Friday. 6, 7. Dude, the Mexican president said that the other day. So funny. 6, 7, 6, 7. It cracked me up. Boy, chat is active. You guys are crushing it today. Yeah, it's a great place. Honestly, it's modern. I've explained this to a lot of people, but like Saturday, for example, I had Uber Eats bring me Shake Shack in about 20 minutes. So I had Shake Shack the other day. We have Buffalo Wild Wings. We have Hooters. We have everything. Texas Roadhouse, Cheesecake Factory, anything you can imagine. There was a McLaren parked 3 blocks up the road from me the other day, and a G-Wagon the next day. Separate occasions. Mexico is not poor. There are a lot of poor people in Mexico, but there's a lot of money in Mexico. And a lot of the bigger cities are nice. But yeah. My wife's from down here. That's how I ended up here. Just happens to be that she's from a great spot. Spotify, Apple, intriguing. Taylor Swift dropped her latest music video exclusively there. First major artist to skip YouTube views. Yeah, but who knows how much they paid her to do that. Riviera Maya is nice. Riviera Maya is super nice. I know a couple people in the chat have go out there often to either Riviera Maya or over like Merida. How many Cybertrucks driving around? I've seen multiple, like, more than a handful. I don't know. I usually see like one or two. Like, I guess per week I probably see like maybe one. I see a lot of like Model Y and Model X. I see a lot of those. I see more of those actually than almost anything. How are you guys about trading life balance? That's a tough question, actually. Casey, I want Casey to answer this one. Because Casey, basically running his own business and stuff, and then he's got, he's trading, but he's got three little ones like I do. Casey, how do you balance? And maybe I'll jump in after, but how do you balance like the trading and markets always doing stuff with family?
Everyone in my household, we live our lives on a very strict schedule. Our schedule, our daily life, everything is very routine and repetitive. It's like it's the same thing like when you trade, you have your strategy and you stick to it and you use it because it works more times than it doesn't, and you just stay consistent at it. I do the same thing with my lifestyle, with my trading, taking care of my kids. Their entire routines from the day they wake up, from the time they go to sleep, they are on the exact same routine. We found a system and we've been doing it for years and it works. We try not to alter it at all. Obviously appointments and for ourselves, taking care of, the kids and everything, every now and then for their doctor visits and stuff. But we do the same thing over and over again. That's honestly, that's just what we do and how it works for us. We just found a routine with the family, with the kids, our daily lifestyle and trading lifestyle. We're in the business, and I have everything on repeat. I just got stopped out the rest, by the way, on the bounce.
Yeah, the routine part is important. Like for me, I have three little ones, and two of them are in school at this point, so that helps, during the day. But I pretty much, I can look at my phone as a futures trader, and obviously always see things. There are times where I just have to like close my phone or like close the apps and put it down, because otherwise, like, I'm not really giving the attention I need as a father to my kids. So I do have to like balance that piece out a lot. But a lot of times, by the time they're going to bed, they're still young, or I'm holding a baby in my arms, and I'm sitting there on the couch anyway. So I'm watching my phone, kind of just staying in tune with what's going on. And then I try to spend the weekends doing family stuff to balance out, how much time I spend here during the week, which, from the time I wake up until at least dinner time, like almost 5-6 p.m., I'm still, finishing up stuff on the back end. So yeah, but I think you have to find a balance there. I mean, if you're learning, you want to immerse yourself to learn. You don't want to overdo it. Everyone's got a different balance point of not overdoing it and getting burned out, but also you have to immerse yourself to really learn. And then after a few years of doing that, you start to be able to kind of step away a little bit more, because you kind of have a strong base layer. So I think that's important. What was the other? I saw a comment here.
Now, my kids aren't in school yet. We're gonna see how Everly
That'll
does
help
here
you.
soon.
That'll help you a lot.
Get her into something, maybe like 2-3 days a week, and then do the twins next year. So that should.
She's what, 3?
She just turned 4.
Just turned 4? Yeah, I would probably in August probably be good.
We have an open house next week to go see our first place for her. So we're gonna go see how that goes.
Yeah. Are you guys close to Mayagüez? That's on the other side of the island. So the Wolf Crew that's in Puerto Rico, it's Carolina, and some are in Dorado. The rest of that's where the Wolf Crew that's out there in Puerto Rico is in that area, those two areas. Mayaguez is on the west coast of the island. It's beautiful from what I've heard. I haven't been out there, but I've heard it's beautiful. Yeah, there's David. Merida's beautiful, now a big city. I heard Holbox was really. I had a friend that went to Holbox, David. Said it was really nice. He just went there a couple weeks ago. How about KITT for robotics? I'm not familiar with this one. It's not a chart that I like. We start off there. This doesn't look like a well-established company. This is a micro cap. So I don't do micro caps. So I'm not saying that. I'm sure like some people that find opportunities within these, and that's great. I hope they crush it. I don't really find opportunities in micro caps. So like 28 million. Yeah, if it doesn't have at least a couple billion market cap, it just doesn't really hit my radar much. But that's my style. What I know, what I'm familiar with, and what I'm comfortable with. So like no hate on it, but just not there. David, I agree with this as well. Were there any good earnings before the openings today? Before the open today, I don't think any of these really stood out to me. No, tomorrow there's a few, and the rest of this week there's a few. Shopify, Unity Software. You know what I haven't looked at in a long time? Shark Ninja. Oh, why am I clicking too many buttons here? This stock did really good for a long time, and that ooh. Interesting. Hadn't looked at that chart in a while. Shark Ninja. AppLovin, Grab. Oh, retail boys will be out looking for that one tomorrow. Grab, Cisco. I own Cisco. Coinbase on. Boy, Coinbase really needs a good report, and I don't know how they're going to get it. It may be like not as bad as feared type of scenario with how that's gone. Rivian, ANET, Airbnb, DraftKings, AMAT. Thursday's a pretty big name for a lot of growth names, or a big day for a lot of growth names. Roku and Toast. I like Toast. I like Roku. Roku getting beat up a little bit here. Still going sideways in the market. On a schedule. Boy, Chad is crushing it today. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. You guys are absolutely crushing it today.
Chat is active, baby. Let's go. We love it.
Need a Discord, please share. So go to KC Trades 777 on X. Check that one out. KC Trades Discord is fantastic. I'm not a paid affiliate or anything. I'm saying this because I know the guy and I know the inner workings of it, and I know it's fantastic.
Yes,
a lot of
I pay
people.
him $10,000 a month to say this.
I wish. Send the check, but hey, buddy, that check ain't cleared in a while. No, there's no affiliate there. I'm in there as a part of it, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't work there or anything. I know quality, and this is if I'm sticking my neck out for something, I'm sticking my neck out for something I know. I know Casey's Discord is really good, and he does a good job of the teaching and explaining side of things. I say that knowing that I'm in a separate Discord, but my Discord's almost all futures related and focused with Minx and Rizzo. It's a little bit different than Casey's is more broad market teaching, and it's got options, it's got some futures, it's got a little bit of everything, some alert bots, all this stuff, other traders in there as well. So a little bit different scenario, but if you're trying to learn, Casey's is a great one, great starting spot to go check out. It's KC Trades 777 on X. Here, I'll just pull it up so that nobody goes to the wrong one and gets scammed or anything. So right here, KC Trades 777. He's got a big red live thing over him right now on X. And if you go to this link right here, you can go in there, check out the different options and stuff. And you can probably hit up KC for any further. If you have any questions around like if there's different levels or if there's you'll see the algos, the MMK, and some of the other stuff that he's got. You can ask some questions about it. I would start by just probably getting into the Discord, checking it out, and start asking questions in there for anything higher level. And I'm saying all this for KC. Like, this is just me, saying this because this is what I know about it. So that would be my recommendation.
I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat as well. There should be a link in the restream that will take you directly to the Discord. I just typed that in. So in the restream YouTube chat, you'll see the discord.gg/join Casey Trades. That's that Discord link.
Okay, perfect. Take it right there.
And we do have a 7-day free trial. So you can get a 7-day free trial. You can come make some money and you can leave, or you can make some money and stay. Those are your two options. Either way, you're going to make money, but it's either you stay or leave. But 7-day free trial, if you want to just check it out, see if it's a place for you. I say it every time on Sunday night live streams. I think getting involved in a great trading community that fits your style, one that you can connect with, is the best thing that you can do. If it's my community, it's my community. If it's not, it's not. But I encourage everybody, do your research, find a community that you can grow and trade with. And if it benefits you, take advantage of it. So there is a 7-day free trial.
Huge.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest turning points in my career. For the ones that don't know, Stock Sniper, who's come on here, Stock Sniper used to run a Discord called Kane Capital with a group of amazing other traders. I was a member when I was still working full time. I was a member in Kane Capital when Stock Sniper was over there trading. I learned a lot from Stock Sniper back then. I learned a lot from the Kane Capital team back then. It was a few years ago. It was a great trading community. I watched them live stream, live trade, their charts and everything every single day. I took advantage and I learned from it. I mean, Stock Sniper, I've talked about this before. It's kind of cool that now he comes up on the stream, part of the Wolf team. We get to trade and work together. Like, it's kind of neat. But yeah, to getting into a good trading community, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna make the biggest difference in your trading career. Don't do this shit by yourself, especially when you're newer and you're trying to learn. Just do your research, find the good trading community, and take advantage of it.
Yeah, it helps you learn and grow because you can talk with other people that are learning, and maybe somebody's 2 steps ahead of you or 1 step ahead of you, and they help you as much as they're still learning in their journey. They're helping you along your journey. It helped me a lot as well. Getting in and just talking with others. Sometimes they talk you out of some bad stuff, and you're thinking, you're like, hey, I just need some confluence here. Am I seeing this right? And you have a whole community of traders that have been learning and studying that can help give an opinion there. I like that a lot. Jordan, Tommy wants you to check out something in Discord.
Oh, he's telling me to check out what the algo sent. Let me see.
Yeah. KC, my niece is the same. Oh, bro, DP. Be prepared for the germs to come home. That is true. Yeah, it just happens. But I noticed it first was my nephew started school. My niece and nephew both started school, and they're both like a couple years older than my son. And then we would be around them, and they would bring it home from school and then pass it to the whole family and all of us. Yeah, it just happens. Glory, Man United. Yes, shout out. Just dump already. Stock market. Billy Gibbs. My only thing would be what about this looks dumpy, and it could dump, but how far? It is really kind of fighting a trend.
A little bit lower. Yeah.
Dang it. So it came a little bit lower, but could it dump? Yes, but it's a tough ask fighting this. If you're trying to scalp, back into here, but you have to know it's a scalpy trade to take profit on, and you can get chopped to pieces trying to short a trend day like today. But I do see an opportunity NQ get back to 360. I don't even know if ES can break under this as strong as it is today. I'd watch IWM as kind of a leading indicator there as well. Maybe if NVIDIA or one of your big names roll, but most of your big names are still decently strong.
Man, does that Discord link not work anymore? What the heck? Discord's been bugging today, though.
Ooh, what's Hood doing? Are we missing out something on Hood? Is it still working?
Gosh, look at this freaking short plan.
Hood's not doing anything, but they do report this week. 11 out of the last 12 hourly candles are green since Friday. Feels like ages ago we were, big turnaround. Now, the thing to think about that is, okay, big move down, big move back up. You're in very choppy territory here. So a lot of opportunities in the market last week on the short side, and then Friday and today on the long side. There could be a lot of could be some doji action, some two-way action, some range trading. I'll probably be looking to sell premium the next couple days. Let the market kind of figure out what it wants to do next.
That's why freaking Discord, man, they suck.
7-day free trial. I'm just now catching up to this. You want my Discord as well? Go to my name. Well,
That should
I
work.
don't even know if I have a link in my bio anymore. You'll have to go look up J Minx. I am J Minx. Or just DM. You could DM me and I can get a link to you for our Discord. Is there news out on what? I don't see any news. Feds, Miran's been talking. Target cuts 500 jobs in distribution centers. Yeah, I have a squawker live in my ear, and they're barely saying anything. There's not much happening today. Cameron, thanks for being here. Casey's Discord, look, I know that I personally am in a Discord and benefit from a Discord. If you are a futures focused trader and you're really trying to learn futures, then yeah, I would recommend mine. But if you're just learning trading in general, Casey does all of it. He's got he's really good at teaching. I would love to teach more. I just don't have the time. I try to teach as much as I can here on stream, but I don't have the time to deep dive in with a community like Casey's built up over there. Instead, I just go hang out in Casey's community, right? I just go in there. I get tagged, and if you're in Casey's Discord, you can tag me anytime. I'm happy to come in there and give my perspective on something. Me and Casey usually have the same thoughts on a lot of stuff, which works out pretty nicely. But appreciate you all being here. Gross. Get out of my chat with this. Gross.
Decimal tried again. There was Discord for whatever reason. I don't know if they did an update recently, but I had to go back into server settings and type it in again. So that Discord link that I put in the chat, it should work now.
Are we in power hour? This is the slowest power hour we've seen
For
in
the
a
last
while.
20 minutes we have been.
I just realized what time of day it was.
We just hit the toilet bowl lid that I put on the chart after they
Or
stopped.
you had a short. I mean, I think maybe 360. If not, I mean, if you really start selling, maybe you get down to VWAP on SPY and Qs. I don't think you're going to get there on futures. It's way too far. Unless, I mean, if the headline comes out, anything can happen, right? But that would be a pretty big sell-off.
I was short at 412 and then covered at the 21. The bounce stopped me out because it went to 413 or 414. And now they just took it back down to the 80s.
I mean, you come down another 40 points or so, it takes you to the daily 9. That would be NDX, like NASDAQ, QQQ closing right at the daily 9. Comes down about 40 points on NQ. Maybe hit this outer VWAP band. 360.
I think it could be a long right here potentially.
Could get bought up right here though if I look
Right
at
here's the
ES.
Mhm.
Whoa, is silver squeezing right now? I don't know about
Silver.
squeezing, but it is moving up. It is in a gap. So you had this gap down the other day from this New York session to this one. So we're working on filling a gap. We stopped at like half gap yesterday, or Friday, I should say, overnight. Casey, do you run algo bots? I think a lot of those questions you can ask over there. Casey does have some algo like indicators and stuff.
So say,
Different little things.
What do you mean? What exactly is an algo?
What is an algo bot?
Bot. I have algos and I have bots, but algo bot? Ooh, I don't know about that. All right, there's your toilet bowl. On the
Just rejecting the
cues.
same thing.
Oh, all right. It just hit the bottom of the bowl.
Oh. All right, Nate. Appreciate you coming through. We'll see you guys. I'll be live tomorrow, first thing in the morning. The rest of the crew will be joining later in the lunch to afternoon. got somebody else interested here, Casey, since the market's slow. My kids are about to. What's going on?
The two services. Well, there's a lot of different things within the store. You're going to have Casey Trades Premium Discord access. You're going to have Casey Trades MMK algo and indicators, and then full access top tier. Essentially, Premium Discord access exactly what it is. It is access to my Premium Discord where I live trade, live teach, share all my charts, trades, myself, all the other analysts. That's it. MMK Algo and Indicators is a group of trading algos and indicators for TradingView. The full access is that bundle of those two things, Premium Discord and the MMK Algo and Indicators on TradingView. That's what the full access is. It's a bundle of those two. Then I have the Casey Algo, and then I have the Mastermind class. We are breaking right here on Q's. Oh.
I'm assuming you drew a toilet bowl down here on SPY.
I only put it on the QQQ chart. I'll send it to you.
Somebody was asking there.
Now, I mean, if we want to get crazy, let me put the death emoji down here because that could be.
A couple of people liking Apple here into the close. Is it still? I mean, that's back to safety a little bit.
Some calls just came in, some big calls on 300s for April.
The daily doesn't look great though.
No.
I mean, there's support here where it held today, but that's a reversal daily setup. That's you wick to 276 tomorrow, and you short this thing back down to 270.
Palantir put in a 15-minute reversal. It's playing out to the downside right now. Looks pretty good. Microsoft hit about 415.
Internals still pretty strong. Dude, VolDQ has been strong all day, but it's like super wicky today. Look at that.
Gosh, why they do me like that?
I can't really do anything here. Dude, our kids are trying to talk to each other, I think, at this point. Yeah, so the VolDQ is just still strong buying. So that tells me I don't want to try to fade this trend, even though the price can fade. You can get price, profit taking or whatever. If anything, I would probably look for QQQ or NQ to bounce right here. I bet you get a little reaction right here.
Yeah.
And then and then this is the same area. Where's SPX? 69.70, 69.69.69. There you go. It's crazy that I looked over and saw that on my other screen.
69.
I've got a question where we can see this contracts caller put. So like a lot of the trades on here, Casey does a lot of options and stuff, but he calls them out loud. He tells you like what strike and what price he's getting in at. He's also transparently alerting it in his Discord, of course, over there. I'm mostly trading futures, and when I take a position, I usually put it on my screen unless things are just super volatile and moving fast. But we try to say it out loud, at least so, and then we call out trims. Stop outs is very important. We call out stop outs on here. We don't do the fake trading like you've probably seen in some stuff.
This does not look good. They're pulling this thing. Damn! They're about to hit the death emoji on the chart that I just sent in a group chat.
I saw it.
I did post the live trade recording of me trading this morning on the Wolf Trading channel if you guys want to check that out.
Whoa, this is wick on the video just now. It's not a real
I gotta get a clip event too from this morning, killing it. I gotta get that.
Bro, I sniped that low.
You murdered it.
I think I sent a screenshot, but here,
B Music, what's up, baby?
here's the
Happy Money Monday. Look at those entries, bro.
it's just right
Scrumptious,
there.
bro. Those entries are beautiful.
And then here's the bad thing is I was like, I took profit at the gap fill because that was my trade. And then I
And
was up so much from last night, and from that trade, I was like, I wanted to long 180 and hold it for this, but
how many points did you get on that?
it
160?
didn't happen. This was 100 points first trim, 160 full exit, $2,500. It's right there.
I don't have that wick on the video on my trading view, but a lot of people are talking about it, apparently.
Wiki.
You
It
don't have it on
completely
yours?
screwed up a few of my indicators because the way that they look on my chart, that doesn't seem right, but I don't have a crazy candle or wick.
Here it is. Look at that.
What time? Oh, yeah. Yeah, my moving averages right now are completely screwed up on my NVIDIA chart, but I don't have a crazy candle.
Oh, it just showed up on Webull too. That's crazy. It was like delayed.
Yeah, that's... Let me check Weeble. Don't stop, baby. Don't stop, baby. Oh, yeah. NVIDIA, or, NVIDIA on Weeble. 198.73. Oh. Oh, we're hitting the death emoji. We're hitting the death emoji.
Death. Finish him.
We are. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal.
Now it's like, do I try a long right down here?
Michael, I wouldn't touch PayPal with your money. Casey could give me that
I love how you
10,000 he
said
owes
I
me, and I
wouldn't
wouldn't
touch it
touch
with
it.
your money.
I mean, I wouldn't even put like free money into PayPal. And here's the thing, PayPal is like a service. I use it. I like it. I have no issues with it.
Don't you
Did you
know,
show him what
pump
happened to
it
your
up.
car?
Got to pump it up. Don't you
So they
know,
probably left some
pump it up.
PayPal shares in there. I didn't even really check.
Yeah.
I'm not longing anything that looks like this in a raging bull market.
It's insane.
I don't know what you want me to say.
IWM coming down. Oh.
What's Ezra?
Ezra. Whoa.
You're calling out a short squeeze on a 15-cent stock?
Dude, I'm done. I'm done. No, I'm done.
2 million market. What are we doing? I have not looked at AMD today.
IWM looking heavy.
AMD hasn't finished the gap fill that I wanted it. It's back testing. I want to see AMD in the 185 area before I think about AMD again.
I long
Anything
55 at the stop under the candle.
Anything, this is a back test rejection on AMD coming up. If it reclaims reclaims above this and does this, that would be more interesting to me. But that chart looks like a double top kind of exit.
Man,
It kind of has the Batman. Has this got the Batman? This has kind of got the Batman.
looks kind of like a Batman.
We may be down here if things turn south.
Oh, covering. Hey, come on, give me 70.
I won't be
Fuck,
surprised to
I was
see
marking.
this. Won't be surprised if it holds here.
Yeah, I covered.
It could roll, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it hold.
Will, those SPX puts from earlier for the short that he bought at 110, he said he sold them for 525. Yeah, Will.
Trump and Xi meeting first week of April.
Any big movers going into the close right now? No.
Trump and President Xi of China first week of April. is their setting. Their summit is what they just set.
What's the daily closing? on
30-minute
SPY?
trade says I am Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Ooh, 30-minute on SPY did print a reversal at that high. That was.
Oh, just at the bottom of the toilet that I just threw on here for no reason.
All right, I'm out the other. No position. I'm flat.
Yeah. What was
Little
the
15
other?
points, and then they slam back down. IWM and RTY is looking a little bit heavier right here.
See,
Not a
this
good
one's
sign.
more interesting to me because it's holding these lows from way back here, and this is in that like electrification grid type of thing. And I've heard good things about the sector and this stock participating in a lot of it. This one, you have this price action here, and you like wick below it, and you're trying to reclaim. If this one gets back up here, then that could easily traverse.
Oh. What do we think? Is this another little quick long scalp?
Do you have a
That was-
one-time? Do you have a lifetime membership?
Me, yeah.
Okay.
I do indeed. Whenever you go on WAP, whenever you click on whatever you are looking at for products in people's stores, like for mine, right? If you click on Premium Discord Access, that product, and then it says 7-day free trial, and then it shows like how much it is for monthly. There should be a thing on WAP that says, for me, I think it's +4 options or 4+ options. It'll show like a monthly, a 3-month, a 6-month, an annual plan, or a lifetime thing. You can just click that button. It'll show you all the different ones on there. I kind of want to hit this long, but I'm scared. Emp told me to grow long 4 NQs right here.
I did not say that.
It
I
might
just
come
think
down
you're
to
flipping
the
a coin
30s.
either way. Like this thing could stop at any point.
I think we might come a little bit lower. Q's definitely looks the heaviest. SPY's almost at the level. It's about to hit it now. There's the bottom teeth on the death emoji.
Roll over. Rolling over. Nice trade, Billy. I could make equal arguments. Like the more this comes down, you
The worst
come
it
down to
gets.
like 200, then maybe.
Yeah, but like this is like off the top, like it's late in the day. I don't know if it comes back from here. It's just maybe it will. I don't know.
I mean, it just pops right back up to these EMAs.
I did try to buy some SPX 965s at $1.05, and I missed it, and it's at $5.90. Tried to buy 4 of them. Oof. I missed the offer. I didn't chase. I should have chased it.
If I didn't have such a big day, probably would have been looking to scalp this short a little bit, but I would have already been out. The real question is, what do we do next?
We'll let the market tell us. It will tell us this evening sometime. Maybe.
I'm trying to figure out where I would even dip by this thing tonight. I mean, definitely if it got... Aggressively, you buy 300, 290s. 220 would be better. I think I like 220.
Dang, I should have hit the 4 big ones for the long like M told me to. It is bounce.
I just don't have much faith that this is going to roll over on a trend day. It's hard to guess where that's going to be. Either we go higher from here and you short it back down, or you wait and you dip by like 220s tonight. That's pretty much what I 220s and 500 are kind of the two sides I would look at. Short the top of that.
Damn! Oh, the good bounce. Right off the level. The same spot where I longed it earlier after that stupid.
You can break up. We go way. Turn some Creed on. Can you take me higher? Dude, I saw the guy. What's the guy that the 3 doors down?
Yeah, he died.
I saw he died from like cancer
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, he announced cancer. He said, I think it said May of 2025. He had stage 4 liver cancer, if I believe.
Look at that, bounce right back to the EMAs. I feel like I just said that was the most likely.
That was the same exact long that I did earlier when that stupid short came in. That's the only reason why I was looking to do it again there. But
Ooh, Billy getting
Q's.
frothy over here, taking another short.
That back test right there could be
Back
it.
test of the 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a bad setup. If you think it's really going to roll over, I don't know. 2 up days in a row. Maybe you get some profit taking here. What are you looking to do with Tesla there, Leonard? Mr. Leonard? Reshorting Tesla right here. That's a tough one. Over 420, it's back to like 428, 430. Under 420, 417. Back to 415. Get a nice move either way. This looks like a pretty good little bounce. I think the hardest thing, Frankie's here. He's right here on screen. The hardest thing is when you get moves like we just had in the market, where you get big moves down and then big bounces back. Like, to me, you're in very coin flip territory of trying to decide what's going to come next in the bigger picture of things. Now, like intraday, obviously, like if you're trading, 5-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute moves, then it's a little bit easier in the shorter term. But like the bigger picture, to me, from where we finished today, is not as clear as it was the last few days. Coinbase reports later this week. Otherwise, look. Shout out to Leverage Shares. Paul was on here earlier. COIG is the play if you want to play Coinbase here, I think, or Leaps. That's just my take. But if crypto is going to make another leg down, I think it's going to be a little while because of the move it just made. But that's the tough part you're playing right now. I remember I drew this box on the chart this morning. I said it's short under here and it's long over here. And the survey said It was a long today. We never got underneath. Do you like AMK? I don't like anything in earnings. I'm not an earnings trader. If anything, it's a 2x leverage type of thing if I ever approach earnings. But I usually just look for like an overreaction on
Vest.
earnings to dip by. Vast, that's
Yeah.
actually a good point. Maybe I can make some money on that. But like I just don't know
Yeah.
what it's going to be like on a stock like Amcor.
Yeah.
But I do like Amcor. When video goes up, Tesla goes down. Is how it usually plays out, Peter. Tesla just does its own thing.
Coin
Mhm.
185 calls February 13. Urgent repeated orders coming in.
Ooh, a little coin flow ahead of earnings. It's interesting.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Cam's going SPX. I thought about it. And when Frank mentioned it, I thought about the 70s, 970s or 975s.
A lot of smaller orders, but up to $1 million today on those ones.
Hey, look at this 15-minute doji right here. As soon as it like started to look bad, trend day got bought right back up so far.
Long SPX 70s.
What are those 70s right now? 240? 230? Guess you don't like sharing the spotlight. I like that. Peter, yeah, I mean, metals, good day out of the metals, right? Especially those miners are high beta. We're having a chat on that tonight. If you guys want to tune in, we're doing our stock picks for the week show. And then on the back of stock picks for the week, we're going to talk with Peter again about gold miners, precious metals, all that stuff. If you want some updated thoughts. For us, I'll go to the daily 9. If we could drop to that daily 9. 254. 254. That's exactly where we just bounced off of, right at the daily 9. Whew. What a day.
Good day.
NOC in
Good start to
3
the week.
minutes.
Yeah, I think this is going right back up. Trend day.
Tesla
And
looks
it pains me to say that, but
Yeah, I got stops at break even and bought 4, sold 2.
there you go.
When does Coin report their earnings?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. Let's see.
3 minutes. We got some. Come on, rip it. Rip them up.
Microsoft's still curling. Tesla's just stuck there. Meta and Google, nothing.
Go to 275. Go to 980. Up another 10 points. Come on. Back to 980. 975. Nope. Not yet.
Got MOC in
2 minutes.
minute and a half.
SPY looks like it wants to go up on the 5 minutes, on the 30 minutes. Come on, rip it, rip it. High day, come on. I'd like to see it back to 975. I'll take that.
Billy. This is why I love trading. People in the chat want to rip higher. And here I am, Michael Burry. That's funny.
30 seconds.
Ten seconds. There we go.
Nope.
Open door is a huge sell. Wow. I see Hims buy side, Rivian buy side. I see no big names on here at all. Not a
Rivian's trying to
single,
bait me again.
not a single mega cap stock on there. I bet the imbalances are tiny.
Come on, bounce a little. Come on.
It's bouncing so slow, Frank.
Yeah.
If it hits 73, you get that market exit.
I got a stop limit in
Here
at
you go.
165. I'm long at 150. Just need to.
MOC stands for market on close. So all the big orders, they have to put those in ahead of time, and then they pair them all off, and so they all start getting,
NQX better. Come on, NQ. Come on, Spy.
they start pairing them off here
Rip
at the last second.
Rip it. Go to $5, $4. $3.85, $3.90.
Oh, what was
Come on,
it?
There
It
we
was-
go. There we go. There goes.
It was
NQ.
small sell side on S&P. Ooh, big pop. Big pop.
Pop, 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 pop.
Here's your 5 minute 21 on SPY. Come on.
I like being I like when price plays out how I figured it would, even if I didn't have a trade on.
Go. Rip it
Good
higher
middle
for
reps.
them. Into the close. Go.
The Nasdaq was buy side by a tiny amount. The S&P was actually overall sell side, but it was pretty small, minus 1.2. Shout out Bobby Don.
Oh my God! Look, I need to stop out. Oh,
Boo. Come on, SPY.
boo, boo.
Do something fun into the close. Let's go.
What did those SPXs go to?
They're gonna stop me out, and then they're gonna bounce it. They went to 3,
Yeah, that's what they're at, like what, 2 something right now?
225.
230, 235, 240.
Come on, rip it.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you hit 73, we get to like 72, 71. It's probably
Stopped.
probably all it's gonna do. You might get a flip over 2 minutes.
Stopped. Stopped. All right, that's it. No big deal.
Ooh, a little liquidity
Ooh.
grab.
Oh, I might flip this thing. Hold on.
You gonna put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it?
Yeah. What are you doing off this 21? What you doing?
Gotta take that profit. They're probably gonna close it right here on the daily 9. Right here, like 250s on NDX. So like 340 on InQ. Let's go, Billy. Billy just out here just sniping back and forth.
Let's go, Billy.
Oh, oh!
There you go, Billy.
Yes. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. No.
This is where I think it's going to close right here.
All right. That was fun. I'm done. Oh, we got 5 more minutes. Hold on. As Sim would say, we have plenty of time. Tessie giving up a little bit. Microsoft back near the highs. They're just going to close SPY near 695 and Q's at 615. That's no fun.
Something with OpenAI and OMC is the ticker that I'm hearing for that advertisement stuff they're launching.
God, Tessie.
Tessie rolling into the close. Exxon popping. Basically, if the name was down a little bit today, it's getting bought. And if it was up today, it's getting sold.
IWM looks like it's about to sell off a little bit lower if it breaks this. All 3 of them are in 15-minute squeezes right now going into the close. SPY, Qs, and IWM. And they're all IWM 15-minute 21 right here. Same for Q, same for SPY. So they all have 15-minute squeezes right now, and they all just hit 15-minute 21 for the first time today.
Right here, daily 9. Right here.
Well,
Right here. Daily 9.
RTY.
Tommy said either go higher or lower. Sideways. Sideways. Go to the right.
Pull up, skirt sideways.
A reminder, if you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. It'll tell you every time we're live, but we are live basically from market open to market close every day on this channel. Also, if you trade prop firms, code WOLF gets you the best discount. Unless you're at Apex and use WolfX. Long Bitcoin? Long, the corn? Is the corn a long?
The corn? We got 2 minutes left.
Yep, I'm still sitting right here. The nice thing about that best time is you can just hold it. You don't have to close it. And there she goes. She's pushing. Up, down, up, down, up, down, chop, chop. Hopefully,
Around.
hopefully it's clear why I didn't take any trades this afternoon. Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Really, we haven't gone anywhere since 11:30.
Yup.
Basically, since Paul came on here, we didn't go anywhere. And, we've
Pretty
been up and
much.
down a little bit, but
I went long between 9:50 9:55 this morning on Spy and Palantir, and then was done at noon. We haven't done anything since then. Just been chilling.
went long in the first 5-minute candle of the day.
I wanted to chase it. I was like, I'm waiting for a pullback. The second that red candle came in at 9:50 on Spy, I bought it right above 690. Ooh, a little ruggy there.
There's the close. Look where we closed. Did I say the daily 9?
Dude, did we close on that QQQ level? No way.
Hold on, let me hide drawings.
Dude, we did.
Here's your daily 9. We closed right on top of it. Look at QQQ.
Ha!
Daily 9 is at 0.33.
Wow.
It was a 0.51.
Right on there.
If only somebody told you guys that 4, 5, 6 hours ago.
Right. And you remember the QQQ chart with the death emoji that's down there?
Yeah.
We closed directly on that yellow line at the death emoji. It held. We just sat right on it.
Yeah.
So we got a little move
Banger
down.
day.
No big death, but she was starting
What
to
a
see
good
the
day.
light, but they held her up.
Oh. All right, team.
No News Monday. Check.
Ugh.
What a great day.
Ugh.
Shout out the crew. Shout out the crew. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing if you haven't yet. It was a good day. We're gonna do this the rest of the week, baby. We're gonna kill it. We got some data to watch out for though. All the rest of the days of the week. So make sure you're looking at your economic calendar. Retail sales tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And we'll see how that goes. Rest of the week, we got NFP Wednesday, unemployment Thursday, CPI Friday. Get excited, y'all. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, retail sells tomorrow morning before the open. Could be very
Boy.
interesting.
We'll see. Well,
All right.
we're going to wrap it up, but love y'all. We'll see you guys bright and early in the morning for some more trading. Peace out.
Later, guys.